We're here in a former shitty hotel, current super shitty hotel, directly outside of SeaTac Airport, with so many different beverages and snacks on the bed as to make one's eyes pop. In my day, there were 3 flavors of Lindor truffles: regular, dark, and white.
And now they're mixing them too much.
The same way they made people, but now it's just all over the place.
Now we got maple.
Yeah, what's the maple people?
The maple people? I think you two might be the maple people.
Obviously.
I guess we're doing the podcast. We did a real in media res start there. I like.
Yeah, we jumped into it. Didn't you know you were dealing with a professional?
This is the show. Drew, do your standard professional intro. I'm going to take that phone away.
I'm going to take your phone away. I'm going to take your virginity away.
Dude.
Finally.
What are you, Canadian Customs, taking my phone away?
Canadian Customs taking your virginity?
Taking my virginity? Both.
Listen, I'm trying to do this fucking professionally so we can move on. Welcome to the worst year of our lives. This is the On the Road edition.
On the Roadway.
On the Roadway Hotel edition.
Oh my god, that is the name.
Mm-hmm.
This is the, I don't know, maybe like 6th-ish
On the road?
on the road we've done.
Something like that.
Mostly in Washington, I guess.
As we tend to do. Yeah.
All in Washington?
Probably all in Washington.
Yeah.
Or in a car in Washington.
Or in a car in Washington where the audio is perfect and we can hear everybody talking.
I'm still...
Baffled?
No,
Really?
I am not baffled.
This is
I'm
not sarcasm?
mad about that. We driving home from AEW Wrestle Dream on October 1st, 2023, after having ice cream for dinner.
Like grown adult men.
It's all coming together.
Every child's fantasy.
It's not just
Yeah.
We recorded on my phone. I stuck it like center
At the
dashboard.
console.
Center dashboard, clicked record. Drew, let's be clear. Drew and I equidistant from my phone. I'm in the Drew's not in the trunk or anything. He's in the front
Not this time.
front passenger
Front
seat.
passenger seat.
I
This
am
is foreshadowing.
I am crystal clear. Drew is inaudible.
Yeah.
It was insane. I was so mad when I went to upload. I'm like, what is this shit?
And it wasn't just that. I thought you were being non-sarcastic because every time I've tried to record anything in a car, you can simulate, you just get a constant...
We did get
there
that
was
in the
some
past.
of that. You can do okay with some noise canceling, but that was not the issue. The issue was my phone does not recognize Drew as a person.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that is noise. It was
That's no. Let's
filter
okay. I'm gonna AI that out. So yeah, that sucked. So hopefully this isn't that. We're recording this on 2 portable Zoom recorders.
They're on a nice little stack we got going.
We do have a stack of Zooms. So hopefully one works. We can't test ours because it's on an SD card.
Yep.
This will be available in 4D audio.
Ooh.
On Patreon exclusive.
If,
Do it. I'll give you a file where the right-left pan swirls constantly.
Just give everyone listening a headache.
Yes.
You might have heard more than 2 people.
That's because Scott and I are practicing our 4-man show.
Yeah, that's on you. There's 2 of us.
Which one of you is the girl?
While Scott and I take turns.
We take turns. We're versatile.
We're versatile, non-penetrative bottoms.
Versatile, non-penetrative bottoms.
Just lay there, face down, ass up, and nothing happens. Just fall asleep with your butthole exposed.
That's our style.
Yeah, well, but what if they came over and just did like a nice double hand massage going with no...
Sure, as long as nothing goes in,
Nothing in, nothing out.
that's fine. Nothing out.
Nope. Sealed
Our bodies are running at 100% efficiency.
Spackled shut.
Every food we eat is 100% turned into full energy.
Yep. Waste is for pussies.
Yeah, and not bussies.
And not bussies.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, how we always eat food on the podcast? Most of that comes from Eve. So we brought Eve on the podcast. And now we're going to eat her.
Fuck you!
We're chuds now.
We're chuds now. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
Yeah.
And to my right, your left, the listener.
Look, this is going to be in fucked up pan swirl, so currently cresting the horizon.
No, I pretend that our audio is television, and we're on this side of the camera, and they're on that. They're the audience, the studio audience. So
right.
So it's my right, but camera left.
Camera, sure.
Pepper Coyote, hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thanks for coming to our show yesterday and singing.
It was a very fun time.
We haven't told him why he didn't get to perform besides our entrance the first time he came, right?
No, I told him about karaoke last
Oh, you
night.
told him karaoke.
Did you? I don't remember.
Oh, I said because Drew listened to your music before he agreed to have you come,
Other
and the only song he heard
Was your number
the
one song.
Oh, I didn't
And
understand.
so he thought you were just going to be doing nothing but horse dick songs.
He's
the
like,
whole time.
I don't
I
know.
have an hour of material.
Hour
That's
of horse
all
dick.
just horse
I
dick.
just record horse dick songs, and that's what Drew thought.
It's called the
So-
12-inch album.
Yeah.
It's
The 12-inch.
on 12-inch.
P.S. You should make an album called
My
that.
Horse Penis song is available now on 12-inch vinyl. Go to peppercoyote.bandcamp.com. You can get it for $5 domestic shipping inside of the United States, $4,000 shipping to Canada. It's fucked up. It used to be
It's
like
stupid.
$6, like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now it is no joke. It costs like $20 to get a vinyl.
Like way more than the price of the item is shipping.
It's
Yeah.
almost double if you're outside of the
Stupid.
continental U.S.
Yeah, it sucks. But hey, if you're in the U.S., buy it. You'd be stupid not to.
Look me up on Spotify, or actually whatever you're currently listening to this podcast on.
Hopefully,
I'm on it. Just
hopefully
look up-
youtube.com/@NotScottHenson, because that's the one that's monetized.
Go to Pepper Coyote and you'll find me.
Go find Pepper Coyote and get his stuff. And he likes it when you call him an international recording artist.
Yes, I'm international
Nice.
recording
You get-
artist Pepper Coyote.
He gets just like, I don't think anyone's ever called me that, but I like it.
I've recorded in 2 studios my entire goddamn illustrious career. One in the UK, one in the US.
Guess
I
what?
am an international
Motherfucker. Counts.
Oh, and I stepped
So
across the
exciting.
Canadian border once and yodeled into my iPhone. International recording artist.
Nice.
So yeah,
World renowned, we'll call it, not international.
Absolutely. Hey, if-
Losing
Oh.
artist.
Award considered artist, Pepper Coyote.
hey, if you're one of those TikTok kids and you're wondering where that horsecock song is from, look no further.
Oh yeah,
Was that a thing?
It was a thing.
Oh,
It's
nice.
still
I didn't know that.
It's still kind of a thing.
It like gets every few months, every
Like
couple
spikes?
of fiscal quarters, it finds
Fiscal quarters.
they find a new like reaction gif that they put it on, and
Yeah.
then they think that's funny, and it goes around.
Oh,
like,
okay.
a new little stuff. Currently, I have no idea what movie it is. It's like there's 2 guys in a convertible, and the one guy is like turning slowly to Nicolas Cage.
Oh, it's from the unbearable
Weight of Massive
weight of
Talent.
massive talent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, the caption is, when you were serious, when you said you listened to all kinds of music.
That's kind of perfect. You know, do I like TikTok now? Am I a TikTok guy now?
I'm looking it up now because I want to see
Am
it.
I old enough to be a TikTok guy, or should I wait till I'm older?
I mean, you're barely 20.
Will I see inappropriate things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
don't
should-
worry, Omeagle's gone now, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, can we do 12 minutes of silence
For Omeagle?
For Omeagle.
12 minutes of
For the place that most underage girls saw their first penis.
I'm trying to, like, can I remember any of my funeral chants? Did you read any of that freaking the letter, the Omegle Man? He posted a letter like a
No.
sign off basically.
Oh, that's awesome. I
It's
didn't
very
see that.
long, very like
Is it sad?
it's like a little, but it's also like it's like refreshingly like real. It's just you know, the internet is just all fake now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now everyone has figured out that they have to have a personal brand, and everyone's like a little bit too shiny. It was like, oh shit, this is like a human being. I'm reading something a person wrote.
Nice.
R.I.P.
Powerful, I would describe. it
R.I.P. Omegle Man.
as.
Not the man, just the illegal.
Oh no, he died. That's what he wrote the letter, killed himself, shut the site down.
In that order.
In that order.
Killed himself, then shut
From
down.
beyond the
From
grave.
beyond the grave.
It's because he had like a dead man switch on Omegle.
There you go.
Yes, he could. Omegle was rigged
Yeah.
to self-destruct as soon as my heart misses a beat. Shit's going down. Chat roulette's popping back up.
I was gonna. Yeah. Does chat roulette still exist?
I don't
Is
know.
That, is
I'll
it,
look
look it up. Is it still
There
on the
is
books?
there is a great. Oh, perfect. There's a great TikTok of the thing you're saying. So it's somebody that says, some people, I like women. Some people, I like men. And then another person turns around and they both look over and they go, and the guy turns around and it says Mr. Hands,
Oh,
and your song is
yes.
playing.
No.
Yes.
Although, I think,
Man.
to be fair, Mr. Hands was the guy operating the camera.
I think Mr.
It
Hands
wasn't
was
the guy who had the unfortunate incident.
Mr. Hands is the helper.
Mr. Hands was the guy filming.
And
The
that
guy-
happened in
It's
this-
Frank-
That
It happened in this very
state.
state. In this very room.
Looking around, it fucking could have. Look at this place.
I wonder if
Room
there's some kind of...
315 at the Roadway Inn.
Don't-
Doxed.
Don't dox us. Don't come to our house, Sniper Wolf.
Sniper Wolf, stay home.
Sniper, no.
You and your
dox.
hot sister stay home.
Sniper, no sniping.
You got sniped. That's what you call it now. When you-
Chat roulette is still a thing.
Yes.
That's gonna be
But
the
there-
rest of the podcast.
It's making me...
Hard.
I think it you said, man.
Don't set it up
There's
like
something
that.
with it, like, you log in and it's telling you have to,
You
like...
need a login?
You have to log in to
Well,
watch
sorry.
it.
You.
Oh, this is America.
You log in with a dick pic.
I think so.
Not a robot?
I mean,
I think it's like a fingerprint, but your penis.
I'm gonna download the app while we're talking.
You're
and-
downloading the chat roulette app?
Yeah, there's a chat roulette app.
What
and
strange new world is this?
I don't know.
I just want to type in chatroulette.com and see penis.
Well, that's like I typed it in and
Yeah.
it went right to download the app, and I went past the app,
Yeah.
and then it was trying to make me like, I don't know, buy tokens or something.
Or like
my
sign
lord.
up for a Discover card.
Or yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna see. I'll see what the app tells me, and then we'll go from there.
Discover.
You could-
Most apropos card.
Yes.
I
Shout out to anyone who has one of those, by the way.
I let
who the
mine
fuck has a-
expire.
you had a Discover card?
accidentally. Absolutely.
I'm absolutely, oh, I'm sorry. Like it's the most obvious thing in the world that you
So,
have a Discover card.
My dudes, at least in America, if you're like, I'm a college student, I need to get like my first credit card.
Mm.
Like that's the good of
Okay.
Discover card has no annual fees on. At least this is huge asterisk next to this. I have not
4
really-
years ago when you were
Yeah,
a college
more
student.
like yes.
Yeah.
4 weeks ago when I
when I graduated
when I
college
left college
in October.
in October.
Standard graduating time.
Discover had no fees, and as long as the APR of every card I've ever seen is like 26%.
Yeah, they're like
29.
20 plus.
It's
Yeah.
like the federal legal max is
Yeah.
what it's set to. 29.99%, I'm pretty sure is what it is.
Yeah.
And Discover cards have that same shitty APR, but like you just can't. You don't allow anything to
don't-
roll over on it.
don't accrue interest.
But we
yeah.
live in a hell world where you have to have a credit card.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to walk through a casino holding a bunch of money and never spend any of it, and then you're like, you get to be able to buy a house one day now. Like you get a credit score.
Well, if you don't get all those lattes and avocado toast, you fucking millennials.
or you can have a credit card, but your parents have instilled such fear in you that you're not allowed to use the credit card ever, even though you have it. And then when you travel somewhere and you need to use money, you just have to keep using the ATM. P.S. That was a burn on Kelly Summers. So, I did download the app.
Okay.
And here's what I've learned.
What news?
It is
boy?
no longer free.
What?
You have to buy...
Okay. I thought you were exaggerating when you said we were in hell world. But
Omeegle's dead, and
I
you gotta
have
pay for
changed my
chat roulette.
tune now that Omegle is dead and chat roulette is pay to play.
So you have to buy what are called quids when using chat
Pro
roulette.
quo.
So you automatically get 15 starting quids. You have to
You know
have
what, I've come around. That's a good deal.
you have to have you are allowed to use the quids to initiate a chat with someone.
Okay.
Right? So it's not like a randomized just like
This is
new
horseshit.
chat
This
person.
fucking sucks.
You see an emoji of the person, like the person creates or they create their like
So it's all eggplant.
I was gonna say, is there
Yeah.
one that's not an egg?
and then you can agree you can agree to chat
There's
with
a
that
few
person.
peaches.
It costs
You
you
can
so
agree.
15 quids to start a starting balance, a 50 maximum per chat, which whatever that means.
50 quiz?
Three, you get +3 if somebody chooses to talk to you, and every time you use a search, you get -1. None of this makes sense to me.
Dude,
I was getting
So I'm
so
going
angry
next.
as you were saying
The
that.
the app,
So mad.
the app is safe to use, and any inappropriate comment will be content will be punished with a ban.
Inappropriate content on chat roulette?
Top users are the people that most chat roulette users want to speak to. You can spend Q to meet them using the top users filter.
I hate this.
I don't care for this at all.
Delete the app immediately.
It won't even let me sign in. It says there's no connection with their server. So maybe it's dead.
Maybe it is dead.
Oh.
Did chat roulette have a weird
I wonder why
faux
it died.
comeback?
What a mystery.
Like a weird monetized faux comeback that we're now seeing the
that we're-
skeleton
yeah,
of?
I guess so.
The dead shell of chat roulette.
The empty husk of chat roulette.
How to use chat roulette is a complexity akin to the rules of cricket. There's exactly. There's 7 quibs in a chat.
Like, I'm not dumb most of the time, but I will never wrap my head around cricket. I've seen it played like several times.
So,
I can't get it. Cricket and like the full rules of craps. I know
absolutely.
basic craps, okay, but like the whole thing. When people start yelling hard way at me, I have like an anxiety
And then you
attack.
cut yourself with a blade you've got hidden in your mouth?
Then I cut myself with the blade I've got hidden in my mouth.
Bret Hart
style.
So that's why you don't play Magic.
The YouTube algorithm.
Too much.
Magic is
Too
seems
much.
very complicated to me.
Yeah.
That there's just so much going on.
Me? I'm gonna go
and my
fish, man.
attention span is not long enough to pay attention to Magic.
Yeah.
I'm an old man.
Ha ha ha.
The YouTube algorithm decided that I needed to know how now I can. It's
Yeah,
not,
are you
not Quidditch? What's the real one?
Have you
Crib.
combined?
Not cribbage.
Have you combined cricket, cribbage, and
Cricket.
Quidditch
Jesus Christ.
in some?
YouTube decided I had to learn how cricket works.
Really?
So I started getting.
Does it think you're
bunch of-
Pakistani?
I've seen a lot of Pakistanis and Australians throwing shit at each other.
Yep.
But I got 3 different videos from 3 different people that were all like cricket explained with baseball terms, and then I got some breakdowns.
I like that. Why do they play for 3 days?
Because that's how long a game goes.
Why?
Because you have to get a certain amount of outs.
It's too long.
It's because in baseball you get a ton of outs and very few points. In cricket you get a ton of points, and an out is like holy shit, big deal.
You've got like 170 points,
But
and then
until
the
they
first
get you out,
out.
It's,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a best of 3 though, because like the first day,
Yeah.
only one team is batting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the second day,
Everybody
only the
bats
other
once.
team is batting.
Yeah.
Everybody bats once, and if 2
Yeah.
guys just never get out, that's
Just
like
keep like
literally hours.
socking
You can just
dingers for
sit-
hours.
Because they can run out of pitches more than you can run out of
Yeah.
no strikes. You
Yeah.
just- they either get them out all the way, or you just keep throwing them, bitch, and bye, 10 more points. Bye, 10 more points. Like a dude will get there's a term for getting 100 points in your at bat. You do a century.
Jesus Christ.
It's hard to do, but it's like a hat trick.
Yeah, but it's
it
like
happens.
it happens and it's doable. Yeah.
Watch cricket, everybody. It's kind of neat.
Check it out.
Way too many numbers on the screen. That's what freaks people out. You turn it on. There's like
Yeah.
7. There's like a whole.
It's like
fucking
It's like
Sudoku.
CNBC. Like there's just a bunch of like tickers. Like I'm like, are these stock prices or?
It's like 9 of 110. You're like, oh, what's happening?
It's a weird fraction.
110 times.
That's me with tennis scores, man.
Tennis I can do. Tennis I'm good on.
But also,
It
it's
makes
such
no-
a,
it's
such a
stupid.
scale.
Okay, okay. You start, which is 0, but we don't call it 0. We call it love. Why? Fuck you. Then first one. Okay,
Because love is worthless.
You know what? Damn, that's the saddest thing that's ever been said on the podcast. Jesus. And then we're gonna fancy ourselves up, so we're not just gonna go in 1s. We're gonna go in 15s. So fuck it. Just accept that and go. So you get your first point, you get 15. You get your second point, you get 30. You get your third point.
Love.
No,
It's going by 15s.
we're going by 15s. So 15, 30. What's the third one?
I know you want me to say
Say it!
5, but...
Wrong! Wrong! 40! Why? Again.
Again.
Couldn't tell you. And then you win. Unless you both get to 40 at the same time, then all hell breaks loose.
Which
then,
happens
then it's
most
which
times,
happens
by the
most
way.
games.
You have like the warm-up intro game to be like, are you too good enough to like...
Yeah, are you bad enough, dude, to save the president?
To get to the bonus round of tennis that can take $1 million. See, that can last forever too.
Oh, a
6-hour game.
like a deuce stalemate? Yeah, so you both get to 40, it's deuce, and then you have to win 2 in a row, or nobody wins ever.
They've actually had like 6 hours.
Oh, they've had long ass.
I think we looked it up once, and like the longest game was like 10 hours.
Yeah, just grueling. And like tennis is hard. Like tennis, you're running the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's 10 hours is too much. I would argue 1 hour is too much.
I would agree.
Says the white elitist who grew up playing badminton.
I also play tennis.
There you go.
You run the
The longest match was 11 hours.
Too
at
long.
Wimbledon.
At Wimbledon,
In
wow.
2010.
So
John Isner and Nicholas Mahut.
and they just went for it.
They just went for it.
I wonder if they did it on purpose. I wonder if they had like an agreement beforehand. I'm like, let's go to deuce every fucking game.
We're gonna break this record.
Do it ever again.
Yeah.
They're French.
Let's ruin Wimbledon.
Speaking of Frenchmen,
we'll get to the Frenchmen. Don't worry about it.
What are you thinking as an audience, as someone in attendance of the 10-hour long game? I'd be sitting there like, yo, at what point is it rude to leave?
No,
it was over
definitely
2 days.
not.
They played it over
They
2
split
days.
it, yeah.
But
even 5 hours
even
once.
two fives, like
even 1-1 is
not
too
everyone
much.
is staying.
That's longer than all the Lord of the Rings movies. And there's nobody getting hit with a sword in the tennis match.
I almost maybe it was earlier this year. It was earlier this or earlier last year. It was early a year. The like hip theater in Vancouver, the Rio, was showing the 3 extended Lord of the Rings back to back from like noon to 11 p.m. And Gael Vexel lives with Adam, is the biggest Lord of the Rings nerd
oh, I bet he was all in.
you'll ever. And I was like, I had nothing to do that day. I considered it, but
It's a lot.
it's a
commitment.
it under better conditions I would have, but the Rio seats are
not comfortable.
not conducive to 11 hours of sitting.
They are old.
And that was one of the many times, including right now, that I think I have a broken tailbone. So not feeling
Good
it.
thing you took no butt bumps yesterday.
It shouldn't have taken that one.
I took 3.
And you didn't take the one that I took. Yep. I thought you were going to sit down.
I was too close to the ropes. I didn't want to like weirdly fall into the ropes.
Yeah.
So I just made I looked tough.
You did look tough. when we threw a small minority as high as we could.
Threw a 14-year-old boy 30 feet in the air.
You did throw him
We
very
threw him
high.
so high.
I was at the best possible angle directly
Yeah,
under
you had a
it.
good
Yeah.
seat.
It was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, if either of those projectors get hit,
Oh yeah.
that's the whole money they made the whole show.
That's the whole show.
Is that
Yeah.
projector has insurance?
Yeah, luckily everything remained.
Kind of
intact.
disappointed I haven't seen a clip of it online.
It was a
Yeah,
fun
true.
match.
Usually there's a
really
lot of
good
like
It was- yeah, we were
stuff
happy
right
with it.
after the show, but
Hey, did that theater ever show an art house classic such as Italian film What's Up?
We'll
Balloon to the
get
rescue.
there.
Balloon
All these-
to rescue.
all these-
That's after the cold.
All these fucking usurpers trying to
whatever. They know
trying
they,
to steal my
they
segue.
know how terrible we are at running the show. That's why.
First of all, we got like 8 things to eat. So
8?
we
You
should-
guys- you-
like we can't do all.
We
of
have
this.
8 genres of things to eat. We got to do the fun
All right.
wafers and.
I'm
what's
cracking.
this?
I'm cracking some do
I'm
game
kinda-
fuel.
I'm thirsty. Which fuel can I
We're doing them both.
do?
Do I get a cooties cup?
All the guys can share. You get a cup. So we got the red and the purple-ish
I don't want to get pregnant.
Mount. They taught you well.
American education.
Mountain Dew game fuel. We got a citrus cherry, and what's the other one called? If anything,
it's called Mystic
It's called purple.
Punch.
is it? Okay,
Mystic Punch sounds like a move you would do in a game.
I like this one. I like the red. Citrus cherry's good. It makes me. I feel like I should be playing Halo Infinite right now. Advertising works.
Is this hashtag? Thank you very much for the sponsorship, Mountain Dew.
Shout
Mountain
out.
Dew endorses every single thing said on this show.
Absolutely.
That's how it works.
Especially when we get into Palestine. Eve's making a face at the purple one.
It's not bad. It's just
No, crazy
I
about
can't
it.
identify it.
It's
It tastes like every fruit soda you've ever had.
at once.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Drew, here's a red.
Literally nothing.
Terrifying.
Like, there's so many other posts from the show.
Just trying madly to find a video of let's be honest, the best spot of the show. Come on.
It's a pretty good spot.
That's okay.
There was about to be a really good like top rope Hurricane Rana spin out thing, and then one of the two just
Yep.
did not do the.
Oh,
It
rope.
was Pitfall.
It was Mojo on Pitfall.
Mojo on
right?
Pitfall.
Yep, it was a one person round.
Yeah, Mojo. Yeah. That kid can move. He is
Yeah.
so
Love
athletic.
him.
He can
Yeah.
Zipping all over the
fucking
place.
move. Yeah, and he was like bebopping and scatting all over the place, and then like big like was it like a
Jump off the corner.
it was like a it was a hold the hand
off.
Phoenix bouncing.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
fuck! They adjusted the
I
double
know.
rope thing. This is where you go from the. Does everyone have you certified that everyone listening to your podcast like understands wrestling and will know what we mean?
They understand enough.
So to picture, you're on the top rope. You're standing on the top rope. The person in the ring, you have their hand, which
Which immobilizes them.
that's what I'm gonna say. It's a really like reality like
You're right, I'm not-
busting move.
The
where you have to-
the purple do is it's there.
It's
I like the red a little bit. Have you tried the red?
Same. Yeah, it's.
I like the red better.
It tastes like.
They're both
what
fine.
it says it
They're both
is.
fine.
But they jump from the top rope. They do a little hop. Then they jump, and you see their feet go past the top rope. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
they fucked up. And then their feet come back
Bounce
together
in
onto
the
the
middle.
middle rope, bounce up again, back to the top, and it's fucking awesome.
It's very impressive. You need fantastic balance for it, and he did it great. And then
To cap it off,
jumped a little too far for the Rana, and also the guy taking it wasn't exactly in the
Didn't
right
seem
place
ready.
for it, and it went.
it looked like he
poorly.
didn't know it was going to happen.
He did. He looked surprised by
Like,
it.
he's like, oh, what's happening?
He looked legitimately
He
surprised.
just stood there, and then the other one hit the ground.
You're like, oh.
Mojo's on the floor on their freaking
Yeah.
head.
I didn't even notice. I'm so bad at wrestling.
I only remember it, like, I'm not one to sit here and, like, call out botches and fucking, but I only remember it because the setup was so good.
Yeah.
It was, like, perfect, yeah, oh my god, ah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and he had done like a run of like 3 or 4 things before that, all
Yeah.
good, and then that was like the capper, and then ugh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, a shame. No, he's good though. He can do like any like gymnastic-y stuff. He's really good.
Does he have like an actual name?
Mojo?
I always knew him as Tony Tornado.
Yeah, his real name is Tony.
Yeah.
I don't think his real last name is Tornado, but I'm not positive.
Which-
I almost fucking got you. That was almost a Mountain Dew spit, by the way. That was real close.
Which one's Mickey Montoya? Is that a different kid? I don't know. They're all the fucking same.
They're all
to
the
me.
same. They all look the same.
Goddamn 20-year-old.
I'm kid racist.
Everyone under 35
every
looks the same.
exactly.
Dude, I was in a Home Depot.
Brag.
And I was walking around in a Home Depot with my dad, walking around looking to find stuff, go down a couple aisles, come back, hey, I think the phone book, and I go up to a guy, hey, I think I found the thing we're looking for, it's over in this aisle, and then they turn around and I realize, oh, that's not my dad, that's just another guy who has the exact same, like, ball cap, salt and pepper, like, half, like, beard, mustache, and then I realized, oh, me and all my friends, if we were to describe them, like, in a police report, we're all the same fucking guy. We're just the same.
Could not be picked out of a lineup.
All three of us right now.
Yeah.
The same, like, roundish
Roundish,
white
bearded
guy with a beard. And a medium hair.
Yeah.
Very definition of round.
If someone saw all three of us running away from a crime,
Never. They'd never get us.
No.
not be able to pick us out of a lineup.
Did you say that your dad's name is Salt Coyote?
No, what? No, he just. But yes, I have had both of my parents drawn as.
Have you?
They
Nice.
attended a con and were like, we need
Nice.
to get some badges.
Were they coyotes?
Yes,
Okay.
we were all coyote family.
Makes sense.
Not because I'm like some like purist of well logically and you know It just worked out.
I think that's correct. I think 2 coyotes make another coyote.
Yeah, and they're fucking cute.
What do a fox and a rabbit make? Don't ask.
Well,
Rocks.
it's good we never found out in Zootopia. It would have been
unless you ask Kelly.
A monstrosity.
Kelly wrote his own fan fiction of Zootopia 2, where they make a baby and the baby is developmentally disabled, and
because it's a fox
and
rabbit.
They end up
You can't have a fox rabbit. It's disgusting.
They end up getting divorced, and
Nick hangs
himself because he can't live with the fact that he's created a monster. And Judy ends up getting like addicted to drugs or something, or something like that.
It's very dark.
Kelly wrote a very, very dark script.
How old was he?
This is after the first movie.
The movie came out in 2016, so
it was like 2017 or 2018.
So Kelly was minimum 30. Yeah, it was probably 30.
You can add that to the infamous abortion Zootopia comic.
That's amazing.
Did you see it? Like, it resurfaced again because I hope this wasn't just an edit and I'm like a fucking gullible goon.
You got Fox News, baby.
Fake news. But apparently the apartment they were doing
Seinfeld
is the Seinfeld
not fake,
apartment.
not fake, real.
Why?
Yeah, it was the Seinfeld apartment. Yeah,
I'm both surprised. Like, how did people not notice it earlier? But also, who would be looking for it?
Here's the thing. In other circumstances, maybe you're like, oh, that looks like the Seinfeld exterior. But when you're reading a Zootopia abortion comic, you have other things on your mind. And you might miss some details. So I think it's pretty understandable.
And that's why I think the purple gamer fuel is a little bit better.
I think the red's a little bit better. Because we're going to have a fight.
It's
You're
less
a little bit country
sweet.
and he's a little bit rock and roll.
I think so.
It's a less sweet Mountain Dew. The purple.
I do like how your description of all new Mountain Dews are just Mountain Dews with different types of sugar.
Different added sugars. It's like, what if we ground up a Flintstones vitamin? What if we ground up a Spree?
I got a Bam Bam.
What is Historic Dew?
Bam Bam flavored Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm in.
There's only so many sugar flavors, and I think we've
Fruity
peaked
Pebbles.
as a
That's
society.
literally what it comes from.
Yeah,
isn't it?
sure.
Grind up. I would love a Fruity Pebble Mountain Dew.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Common? Coming.
No, it's coming. It's not common yet. But give it time.
I never leave my house. I have no idea what's happening.
Do not.
In 5 years, we'll be living in a beautiful world where Fruity Pebbles Mountain Dew is in every store.
Hey, so by the time this comes out,
Monday.
What current?
It's never coming out.
What current genocide excusals do you think will be
thoroughly
debunked?
Here we go.
By the time we get to the actual release.
Now it's
Dude,
only.
I was listening to BBC last night, and they had a lady on who's a supposed expert or diplomat or whatever, talking about using sexual violence as a weapon. A thing that's been debunked. The beheaded babies. A thing that's been debunked.
100%.
And it is. We're a month out from that shit now, and they're still actively saying it.
It's crazy. Like, this comes out in less than 48 hours, but I hope I'm not so optimistic that...
they just bombed that hospital today, so...
I heard they bombed their own hospital.
They did it to themselves.
They throw it straight up and it comes right back down.
I hope by the time people hear this that Amy Schumer is in jail.
I hope
it's kind of cool that Amy Schumer has figured out a way to be the both... physically and morally ugliest person in Hollywood.
Well, her fucking relative is the
Chuck?
leader of the Senate. Like, she has to be on.
He's only her second cousin. They barely even hang out.
I wonder
So
if
they could
shit has
They could date. She could. Amy and Chuck could. Amy could divorce her severely autistic husband and get with her second cousin Chuck.
fingers crossed.
Your thoughts?
I don't know. My mind just keeps going back to the, like, most people who have, like, mainstream success are either like in some way related to someone, like in the music industry.
It's crazy. Like
everybody.
You think like, oh, like this person made it. Oh, like their dad owns the CIA.
So this is the healthier Mountain Dew. It's got
it is
less than 1% juice. much juice
Less
is that?
than
0%
Fucking
juice.
purple one?
Oh, so
shit.
there's accidental traces of juice
There's some
in
organic
the,
material.
That makes it healthy.
in the
In the-
in the red gamer
It's
fuel.
basically a vegetable.
So
one.
red wins over
It's
purple.
basically a vegetable.
Yeah, just have a few of them.
Have you found the clip yet?
No, I was like, I think.
What if we added a crumbled up airborne into Mountain Dew?
Are you vaxxed or did you drink the dew?
The Dew.
Here's how we get the anti-vaxxer. They're gonna do the do, and they won't even know.
That shit, Mountain Dew.
Do the do before the do does you.
Drinkable vaccines. I love it.
Yeah, I had my polio vaccine was drinkable.
Because it was
I
1914.
was gonna say, did I even receive a polio
Have
vaccine?
I accidentally dated myself by saying this? I think this is going to be a rare
I
time where I edit something off of the podcast.
I think they
I
snake
am
oil salesman to you on
extremely self-conscious right now.
Yeah.
That everyone looked at me weird when I said I had a polio vaccine.
that. Yeah.
Did I get?
It was strawberry and it was delicious, and I would have another one right now.
And I said,
I don't think that was a polio vaccine.
my doctor turned to me and
I
said,
think that
"Vote
was
Tab."
antibiotics.
America's fattest president.
I think that was strep throat medicine, and they said it was for polio. And you're dumb enough to believe it.
I had a fucking polio vaccine. You guys are assholes. You probably did too. You're all just dumb.
I
That's
was in
why
like a,
Canada medicine is free.
Nope.
my mom had like a chunk out of her arm.
Says Eve as she like stands up on her crumbling legs with double arm crutches.
Dude, that's why I got the front seat closest to the edge so that when the rest of us came flying at us, I could like hobble to safety.
Nice.
I was disappointed I never had to go flying out of the way for anybody. Nobody jumped while I was there.
You did get kicked in the face though.
Almost.
Pretty good. They were safe with it.
I was very impressed at how everyone had a control where they didn't, like, people flying out. Okay, the type of match at the end was a battle royale, so the way you lose is you get thrown over the top rope and your feet have to touch the
They
ground.
were
Yeah.
very controlled.
So there's a ton of people getting thrown over a rope towards people who are maybe 6 feet.
Not that far, yeah.
Yeah, and they all did great. They all had, like, straight down.
Yep.
Kept their feet in, it was great.
The U.S. pulled the oral vaccine off shelves in 2000 because it uses a live and weakened strain of polio. In rare cases, the strain can mutate into a virulent form. The U.S. currently
It
uses...
can give you polio.
Yeah.
Oh, super polio.
So that explains a lot about you.
So that's my problem.
That makes it sound scarier than it is. Like, that just used to be like a lot of vaccines.
And like,
used to be
and like 2 people got it, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Well, it could give you polio."
Did they say it was strawberry and delicious?
Nope. They said it tasted like cum, and
and
you're not supposed to
but
drink
still
it.
delicious.
Still, yeah.
Still.
But, you know, like, you don't have to repeat yourself.
It's redundant.
But
It's not
everything
that
else
good
was a
coming out.
shot. So if we did get it, we obviously got a polio shot and not a drinkable version that might give you polio.
It was good. I'd have it again right now, even if it gives me polio.
All right,
Delicious
that's the
virus.
risk you gotta take.
So as of today, we have confirmed we're going back to politics.
Yeah.
It's not really politics, it's like
Oh.
tragedies.
From politics from problematic furry Pepper Coyote.
Fuck
Um,
Israel. Oh,
Dude,
what?
okay, so here's a weird situation. That's the thing. My politics are... I can't even call them... I can't not call them left-wing, but everyone who calls themselves left-wing in the U.S. is having a really hard moral time right now deciding whether or not it's okay
To do
just
genocide.
be killing... Yeah! to do... It's like a hard one. They're coming to terms. They're like in tears, like, oh, fuck. It is wrong. The guy who we love because he's on our particular favorite sports team might be a demon. We're saying lesser of two evils to 2 different guys who want to do a literal genocide.
Yep.
And we're really having a hard time
It's
at
tough.
the moment.
Stuff out there.
And then I talk to people who, like, you both, complete instant
Whoa,
clarity.
whoa,
'cause
whoa.
you can
Don't
just
throw
look
us
at the
under the bus with your
situation.
political views here, buddy. This has nothing to do with what Scott and I believe.
This is a center-left podcast.
Man.
No, you're right, though. That it's nice
Yeah.
to, like, you go like, oh, can I say this to people? And then you say it, you're like, oh, good. They're
Oh,
me.
thank God.
The people who have a hard time with it are weirdly politically active people. Like, So former Bernie Sanders fans like myself kind of went in two directions. They went just full like Marxist scientific socialists. Like,
Yeah.
we must abandon all of this team vibe based politic bullshit.
Mhm.
Morals do matter, like, but when it comes down to actually making decisions,
Yeah.
we got to get away from this. Like, well, blah blah was in a picture with this guy who once was on a Skype call with that guy who once looked at a picture of Hitler. So that guy's a Nazi. Like,
Yeah,
that
checks
shit
out.
has to stop.
Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate.
It gets you fucking nowhere. Like, if you actually have a goal of improving the fucking world around you, you have to drop all that.
Mm-hmm.
So now, weirdly, we're finding it's like, okay, who's closest politically to, like, getting it?
Mhm.
And you would assume it's, like, your left people who are like, oh, left politicians. But weirdly, it's just, like, normal schmoes.
Yeah.
It's like, talk to a dude at the gas station, he's, like, this fucking close.
Yeah.
Like, people who just work
Like, you should
for a
be an
living.
alderman. Yeah, it's weird.
They all sit around like, man, our town is crumbling, but then we suddenly whipped out $14 billion to send to Israel that we just like found somewhere.
Oh, our water's undrinkable, but I want to send money to these missiles to kill children.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like, why do they need the money? Can't they? Oh, I don't know. Go to the bank.
Why? Who runs the bank?
president of
I
the
don't
bank.
know.
I would like to know who you think runs the bank, Scott. Verbally state who you think is the CEO of the bank.
Bibi Netanyahu is the CEO of the bank.
Of the bank.
I mean,
And I hope that Neil Breen makes him shoot himself in the head on TV. That is the ideal end to this conflict.
Yeah,
He resigns as CEO of the bank.
Yeah.
and Neil
And
Breen
the
gets
president
elected.
or whatever, prime minister of Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leader of fascist ethnocracy, Israel.
well, I'm like a step ahead of myself. I shouldn't even said 14. Because when we say to Israel, it's not even that they send $14 billion to Israel.
No.
They send it to Lockheed Martin and
Yes,
Raytheon and
correct.
shit.
Yeah.
They send it to Boeing and
Yeah.
GE, like the top warmongers of the country.
Yeah.
When we talk about the secret society of people who run the world, guess it's the people who fucking own those companies.
Yeah, it's just
That's
those
who it is.
guys.
It's
yeah.
not like the Jews.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a Jew to work at Raytheon.
But it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't. and the good thing is, you get phone calls when you're not supposed to go to work.
Hey, listen, Drew. Thousands of Jewish people almost died on 9/11. Just celebrating right now.
Round to the bases on one leg.
If it actually was about down to being Jewish, you wouldn't have fucking people in Israel. The worst position to be in is
Yeah.
a person living in Israel
Sucks.
who isn't like has a normal
Who
head.
isn't pro-genocide.
Yeah, who isn't a psychopath.
Yeah.
The cops will just come and beat you up.
Yeah.
Like, all
Yeah.
people are getting fired, kicked out of their houses and shit.
But,
Like,
but if you look at even in the United States, Jewish people in the United States are vocally saying that they need to stop the genocide.
Maybe knock it off.
dude.
So it's not
my-
even about being Jewish.
No, it's not. It's not.
Every single thing I know about the like how my opinions got formed and all this. All of these was based on information given to me by Jewish people.
Mhm.
I would never listen to an Arab person
No,
telling me about
imagine.
No. Oh my
The
god.
very idea.
To trust a Palestinian.
That one's getting clipped. That's a TikTok.
I mean,
That's a glitch right there.
I do think I stole that joke. But it's also like fucking true.
Yeah.
It's fucking, what's his name? Norman Finkelstein, I think
Yep.
is the guy. He kicks ass. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, he doesn't even, I talk about like...
Here's how I know Norman Finkelstein is good, because he hates
Jews.
Dershowitz. Yeah.
Some of them, I mean,
Yeah.
so I'm sure he hates
Yeah.
some Jewish people.
Yeah. Anyone who hates Alan Dershowitz is on the right side of history.
Oh, man.
Defender of every monster in history, and also numerous rides on Epstein's plane.
I
And had the balls to go on an Epstein documentary and just like say, no, it's for other stuff. Just like
I was doing paperwork for him.
he knows how untouchable he is. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I'll go in your stupid Epstein documentary. I'll tell him I flew the plane. I don't give a shit. I was the pilot.
When you want to talk about not like removing morals, quote unquote, listen to Norman Finkelstein talk about the situation. He is not appealing to people's morals.
Mhm.
He's not saying we need to stop doing this because it's like barbaric. I mean, he will say that,
Sure.
obviously.
Yeah.
But that's not what the argument comes from. He breaks that shit down and he's like, look, it is a 5 by 20 mile prison.
Yeah.
Nothing can come in, nothing can
No,
come
it's
out.
an open air prison.
They have no
Yeah.
control over any of it. Like, if Israel, the fact that Israel can just turn off their power.
Turn off the power.
They can just turn it off like it's your fucking landlord.
Yeah. The fuck is that?
You bear
It's crazy.
If you're going to hold a population prisoner, you bear a much greater moral responsibility to those people to make sure that they are taken care of.
Yeah.
So, like, when people are like, "Oh, doesn't Israel have a right to defend?" Like, defend what? That'd be
What?
like saying the state of Pennsylvania is defending itself from the federal prison.
Literally.
So you got him in
What's
a cage.
New York going to do about Rikers Island?
Rikers Island is threatening to take over all of America.
What?
Defend me from my toddler that I keep in a pen. That I throw bombs at.
And they have are rocks and sticks.
They're throwing them really hard, Drew.
Really hard.
Yeah.
Like you can almost break the skin.
Yeah, we should probably get some smart missiles.
Like, they could go to the MLB, but they choose not to.
Yeah.
Because they would
They
rather
break
be
the
throwing
bones.
these rocks.
They're doing it for the love of the game. They're not in it for the money.
150 mile an hour rocks.
Randy Johnson ass
Oh my
rocks.
god, what was the guy? It was some politician talking about people jumping over the border fence. Like, they got calves like cantaloupe. Like, they're just gonna jump over the wall.
I haven't heard that, but I like it a lot.
It was like Lindsey Graham or somebody said that.
That sounds
shit.
like a Lindsey Graham. Noted heterosexual man, Lindsey Graham.
Straight white man with a girl's first name.
Look,
And a girl's voice.
And a girl's
and a
voice.
girl's
And
vagina.
a girl's vagina.
you can't choose that you're born named Lindsey.
Proud trans politician, Lindsey Graham.
Look, Lindsay, I support you fully in your transition, and I would never criticize you for the transition.
Official sponsor of the podcast, Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham's vagina, the official sponsor.
Also official sponsor, Elote Pringles.
Yeah.
Let's try these shits.
Elote is
Elote,
French for carrot.
I want to turn the show off.
This is educational.
You know what though? Carrot Pringles. Maybe
I'd
I'm
try
in.
them.
Maybe I'm in.
I like a carrot.
I don't think I would care at all for those.
Did we let you on purpose?
It wasn't that.
What sort of clerical oversight was this?
Smoke in the window.
It's all part of my plan.
We're contractually obligated.
Elotes are having a moment right now.
You're an elote. Gonna be in a lote
You're
vein later.
elote to take.
Gotta have
Dad
to
jokes are catching.
suck a
Elote?
Lotades nuts.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Thank you for the donation.
So,
Pretty good.
if listeners, elotes are like a Mexican. I don't. They're in actual Mexico. I saw them there also.
Yep.
It's like you take corn and roll it in like mayonnaise, and then cover that in crumbly cheese and
And
chili
some
pepper and shit.
tahine spice.
Ancho green chili powder.
Ancho green chili powder.
It's really
Little
good.
lime, little cilantro, little cotija cheese. Oh, but then you get
Yeah, these
so
are nice.
sleepy.
You
Here
know
you go.
what elote flavor thing is not nice?
What?
Almonds.
Well, that's a stupid thing to do.
Your accent is
I
a.
was gonna give you some just for the novelty.
No.
But I had some.
No, you can place them directly in the toilet.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
sorry.
I'm
what
pretty sure that's where they came from.
kind of
Frequently
almonds?
known as
Elote flavored almonds.
Elote almonds.
That's stupid. Don't do that.
You know, you have the
That's flying too close to the
soy,
sun. Like, oh, elote's good.
And
We
then
just-
elote.
No.
We should bring back corn nuts in a big way. I don't think they went anywhere, but we
They're
bring
still
them
here.
back.
They're on the back burner. They're not in the spotlight.
I feel
Yours are
for
good,
my
though.
teeth, so I don't eat those anymore. Those are very nice.
Are we all in favor?
I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
A+.
A+.
C minus.
It
Ooh.
is strange
No,
how it
it
is
was.
able to capture the taste of elote.
Yeah. I do like that Pringles can't call themselves potato chips legally. They have to call
No.
themselves potato crisps, and even that is
It's exotic. It's like
Debatable.
dicey.
It's like they're British.
Or the FDA said there's not enough potato in there. It's one of those two.
That's
I
what
thought
makes it so good.
I thought it was because it was like an amalgamation chip rather than
Yeah,
like an actual slice of.
yeah.
like,
'Cause it's
whole
like
potato.
it's a formed chip.
Yeah, they just take potato mush and mold it.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta get into
Potato
those
mush.
tennis ball
Mush.
canisters somehow.
Delicious.
I could call it potato pulp. Is that better?
Yes. I like pulp better.
The
Yeah.
mush.
Yeah, although don't put pulp in my fucking orange juice, I swear to God. Keep your big pulp. Keep your pulp
Big
out of my
pulp.
orange juice.
The pulp lobby.
Goddamn
Almost unstoppable.
big dog and big pulp. The two biggest banes of my existence.
We got big dog here.
Yeah,
big
whatever.
dog.
You know what? He is the biggest dog.
He's a pretty big dog.
Biggest dog I've ever met.
He's a big ass dog.
Again, this is Pepper Coyote. You can find me available on all streaming services. Pepper Coyote. Type into the artist field, and you'll be having a great time.
He's a real professional. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Real professional son of a bitch.
Sell it.
Professional son of a bitch, Pepper Coyote.
Professionals get paid.
Joke's on you.
Get paid, get laid, fucking football.
Yes, make sure to add a PayPal link when you upload video.
Pepper Coyote at gmail.com if you want to send me money on PayPal.
There you go.
I get $1. Oh, thank you.
There you
I'll
go.
send
That's
you
a win.
You win.
And once you've sent to Pepper, you can also send to paypal.me/notscotthenson and paypal.me/SarianSoftpaws.
Buy me a cat.
Buy Drew a cat. That's
Although I don't need to
that-
buy a cat.
that's the
but
new
you know,
move.
whatever you get it.
And to PayPal, not me, because I don't got
don't
You
got
guys
nothing.
nothing.
If you guys start taking money.
I want the money.
It's time to start
I just
taking
want
money.
love. So I gotta play tennis.
That's how you do it.
From all the youngest members of the SOS roster,
All of the youngest boys.
all the cutest long-haired
Am I
young
ready
boys.
for Cougar Town?
Are you a Courtney Cox type? Was she on Cougar Town?
Name me one other person on Cougar Town.
Valerie
you're wrong.
Bertinelli.
You're wrong. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know.
Jane Fonda. Probably not Jane Fonda.
I don't
Betty
know.
White, I think, was.
Oh,
maybe-
the one,
no, that's Hot in
the
Cleveland.
I know one.
No, you don't.
I do. Who's that bitch?
Who's that bitch?
Cox's wife from Scrubs, and she was on another thing also.
Yep.
Her,
What's her fucking name?
Mrs. Cox,
Krista Miller.
Krista Miller. Is she one?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Looking it up.
Yeah,
Drew Carey show was. Yeah, I think she's on. Don't fuck.
Yeah, that's the one.
You dumb,
She played.
stupid.
She played Ryan Stiles on the Drew Carey show.
She is in fact the second lead. Also,
Nice.
Busy Phillips.
Busy Phillips, but she like. I feel like Busy Phillips was like 32 years old when she
Bussy
was on
Phillips?
Cougar.
Yeah, probably.
Bussy Phillips. Strong jaw on that woman though. Makes her look older than she is. That's why she got to be on the show.
She's older than you.
No.
Yeah.
She's 24.
1979. Listen, cougar is a loose term because you can be 34, and if you're having sex with 14-year-olds,
That's true.
then you're
That's
a
true.
cougar.
Wow.
That tracks.
You're a cougar and you're going to prison.
Depends where you are.
So
And also
say,
depends how related you are to them.
so
and also if they're an animal.
and also if they're just
Because we looked up
if they're
bestiality
just
laws.
a cougar.
If
Yeah.
you're a 14-year-old fucking deer, you're like the oldest deer.
It's
in
true.
in the forest.
Exactly, right?
You're a senior
It's
deer.
like an elderly deer.
So
Going around banging
but-
elderly
Such a
deer.
sound-
But if you're a
Some
14-year-old like
senior
tortoise,
deer.
then
Yeah,
you're the youngest
then you're a
tortoise
baby.
in existence.
Yeah.
So.
Like a super baby.
How about how about this hypothetical? I'm
I
a
don't like where this is going.
I'm a
already.
French. I'm an adult French grifter monster hunter, and I'm gonna fuck a high school girl. Where does that put me? Does that put me in What's Up, Balloon to the Rescue, 2009? I wish I had remembered the director's name. Did this movie have a director?
I thought,
It had one.
It had 2 directors.
And it had 4 animators.
I
That
thought-
no.
Shocker that this was only animated by 4 people.
No,
I just
no,
thought they
that
got
seems
that
like
many.
too many for
Yeah,
this.
yeah, maybe.
You saw this, right?
Animated by one guy. on weekends only, because he had a regular daytime job.
With 4 split personalities.
When it's one guy that does it, it usually ends up very good because
I
they put
guess,
effort
yeah.
into it. There's a weird.
Yeah, you either get like the one guy passion project, or you get like the big studio, like 30 guys. But 4 is like the no man's land.
The small studio 4 guys.
Yeah,
No,
no.
the worst possible.
Everton
situation.
Rodriguez and Michelle Gabriel were the 2 directors.
If
She
they got-
has directed a bunch of the other knockoff, like, Pixar, or not even, because one's The Little Panda Fighter,
I know,
and
I know
Classic.
about the little panda.
Classic.
How do I-
Ratatouille.
Okay, here's the
Everybody
thing.
knows Ratatouille.
I watched that with Adam because
Yeah.
I lead an exciting life.
Little Bee.
These are all from the Your Movie Sucks worst, like where he goes through the lowest rated movies on
Yeah.
IMDb.
So yeah, and it must have been that's what he watched the Ratatouille knockoff for, and he. And
Sorry, I hate everything. Yeah, I hate everything.
I hate everything. Yeah,
I would never slander Adam as such
No.
for sounding British.
I would slander Adam for sounding though.
Adam just sounds gay.
Yeah, and
sounding. Stepped on it.
you got there. It's fine. The title of it was bothering me so much. I'm like, what the fuck is ratatouille? And that's how Adam kept pronouncing it. And that's
as we know, Adam can pronounce
noted
everything
perfect.
good.
Good pronouncer Adam.
Especially with French.
What was the one that we? Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh, John Favreau, Beyonce.
Favreau.
He really Frenched up John Favreau, yeah.
Oh, Favreau.
But yeah, so he said ratatouille, and I took it. Well, that's what but then I'm like, look, not that it's much better, but it's ratatouilleing. So it at least sounds sort of like the thing it's knocking off. Ratatouilleing. I guess they turned it into a verb. But it's not ratatouille, because like, what the fuck is... It really bothered me.
Yeah.
that like, what the fuck is ratatouille?
Ratatouille.
Yeah, so this is the same...
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
The Little Panda Fighter.
Love it.
A.k.a. Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
What's up? Balloon the Rescue. Little Bee, which I assume is just
B
movie. Tiny Robots. And
Is
the
it just robots?
Little Cars 4.
Oh, there's a fifth.
New Genie Adventures.
Oh.
The wrestling genie?
Could be the wrestling genie.
Everton
Macabre.
Rodriguez has only directed this movie. I guess a sequel or prequel to this one called Little and Big Monsters.
Yes.
And,
So we get to see the monster side
and
of it.
Al-
I like that.
and Alice in
like
Wonderland reimagining in 2011.
Can you
Tight.
imagine it?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a sequel? I had no idea.
Or a prequel.
A pattern you'll notice with all of these movies is while they are ostensibly rip-off movies of other more popular ones, the movies themselves have almost nothing to do.
I'm like, okay, I have famously never seen a Pixar movie, so I haven't seen.
He hates them.
I haven't seen Up, but I'm like, this can't.
No, that's what happens.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
This can't be what goes down in Up.
There was a balloon.
There was a
Chinese guy.
balloon, a house, and a Chinese guy. I feel like that's where the similarities mostly end.
Did Up have a Chinese with the kid?
The boy's Chinese. I've decided.
That's what-
He's half Chinese.
But there's already a boy.
He's very vaguely Chinese.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if
He's
we're-
a mutt. Let's just say he's a mutt.
Wow.
Yeah.
What we're
Let's.
He's not so Chinese that you can't sell him to American
Did you say
audiences.
wow because that was offensive to dogs, or because I called a Chinese boy a mutt?
How were you offended?
I was simply stunned. But like, if we're filling slots of Up characters, there's already a boy,
Yeah.
and there's two old men in What's Up.
Double your fun.
Yeah,
And this one had more female representation.
True.
there was a girl.
There was a
That's
girl.
why I didn't like it.
That must have been
Yeah,
it.
they fridged the wife and Up.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So that means it was definitely anti-feminist.
Yes.
Instead, we had two gay grandpas.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
can we talk about the curious relationship of the two
I didn't think it was.
scientists?
I thought it was just blatantly just
they're,
like no,
they're a gay couple.
Yeah, I
okay.
think it was pretty forward about
I'm
it.
like thinking, am I reading too much? And like, no, they're a gay couple.
Was
Like
there a
they
point-
they live together, right?
Don't they like get somebody to like hug or just like a little like I swear to God,
I just thought it was European.
a little kiss on the cheeks like
Yeah, no, they're a gay couple.
Mwah, mwah.
I hated how they spelled Zooks. Did you
Okay,
notice
the
that?
first time I heard it, I was
What
like,
did you think it was?
I thought it was Dr. Seuss.
I thought it was Zeus, like the god.
Ah, Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Zeus.
I'm like, yeah, one of my first notes was like, is this motherfucker's name Dr. Seuss?
Everybody's name. I don't like. I'd have to go back, and I'm not willing to see if like the first time these names were said, did the voice actor just like say it a little weird, and I heard.
I think so. I'm assuming pretty much all of the voice acting you hear is first take.
Our theory was that they were read in alphabetical order of the line. Like not.
that does kind of make sense.
I
Some
love
of them
that.
are like, "You're the cutest team member." Also, hello.
The gaps. The gaps were maddening.
And then other times it'd be like, and that's why we have to American. Like it would cut onto each other's lines.
Jarring. Yeah.
Because they're just doing the timing from the Italian.
But they probably recorded like one actor doing all of their lines and then wrote all of the other lines for the next character.
Yeah.
So like it's not like they had the whole like actual like this is how the conversation goes. They were like, well then he can say this, and we'll figure out what the rest of them say later.
Yeah. We'll do improv.
Yeah.
It's a Christopher Guest movie.
The actual voice acting is not horrible. Like,
not necessarily.
It's
They're
not the
legitimate
worst.
voice actors. They're from 4 Kids.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
the
yeah, I was
voice
gonna say, like,
of Amanda is the voice of Amy Rose.
wow,
Oh.
yeah, okay. It was like these people.
Amanda was a hedgehog the whole time.
So they
You
actually
didn't know how
got.
hot she was? They had
The French guy did.
newscast to
French guy
tell you
sure as fuck
how
did.
cute she is, because you sure as shit can't tell by looking at these gapping mouth monsters.
Just
with their
horrific,
unhinged
yeah,
jaws.
and just one big tooth.
It was one big
Just
dude.
They're all wearing mouth guards.
Two of
Dude,
them.
was it Amy or Amanda? Amanda had like 2 black eyes. Like the whole, she looks like a
Yeah,
corpse.
because she doesn't listen.
Well, she's sexy. She has to wear the purple eyeshadow.
Is that
True.
what it was supposed to? Alright.
Dude,
You
she
see
was
that.
so hot.
And how old was Amanda? So did they like give an
They
explicit
said she
age?
was in high school.
They
They
mentioned a
did?
birth
Yes.
date. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like okay,
When like in that early newscast, like they
Right.
mentioned she's like a high school student, and the French guy is an adult.
An grown adult.
He's
man.
an adult grown. Oh, before we get further, I should say that this is the final pick request from Olivia for Help Scott buy a new computer fund. So thank you, which brought you other classics as 2 Italian animated Titanic movies. That's
Oh,
a
you
real.
watched both of them?
Both of them, Pepper.
Oh, yeah, with the puppy octopus.
Oh,
With-
this
yes,
Yeah.
with the goddamn puppy
It's a little
octopus.
This is Brazilian, not Italian.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
That,
Well, that
no,
changes.
That's
thank you.
why it's racist. Wait.
That does make more sense.
Yeah, that's the difference between Italy and Brazil. Brazilians are more racist.
So-
it actually makes it make way more sense.
Everyone's racist. Let's just deal with it.
So they're weird about the French guy. Like, okay, Italy, France, maybe some kind of like thing
Yeah.
there. It's like, haha, make fun of the French, I guess.
No, just
But Brazil? What?
Classic Brazilian-French rivalry. So thank you, Olivia, for this. This concludes our end of the bargain for that. And then coming soon is a full season of 2013 British series Utopia, which is apparently a rare good thing that Olivia recommended.
First time for everything.
First time for everything. So for the newer than Help Scott buy a new computer fund, Help Scott pay his vet bill fund. So and then after that, then we're good. Then I'll never have surprise expenses again,
Never.
right? Everything will be cool.
You are going to be so happy
I'll
after
live
this.
a blessed life.
Yeah.
You're going to send PayPals to us. PayPal.us.
PayPal.us. Plural
That's
PayPal.
The future communist PayPal.
Oh, I'm writing down communist PayPal. I like that.
Yeah.
I've got R.I.P.
We
Omegle
fucking-
Man.
We fucking joke, but that's what freaking Alipay and what's that?
Actually,
WeChat pays.
yeah. WeChat is 100%.
Dude, I got to spend a couple weeks. Have you heard?
No, did you go somewhere?
I've become the most obnoxious person possible, which is so.
Hi, my name's Pepper, and I'm basically Chinese.
Let
Let me.
Yeah, that's not even my goal. Just that's why I've been there. And it's like
Speaking of Chinese.
Oh no,
my
you,
God. Alipay. I spent 2 weeks there, and
Yeah.
once you start living in the Alipay, dude, the QR codes. I did not understand that a QR code could scan so fast. And it's just my phone, so it's not like my phone.
yeah,
A better phone at scanning QR codes.
right.
Holy shit! You would by the time you would have your phone turned to be like freaking
Zap.
parallel with it, it's already scanned
Zap.
and you're done. And the
Zap.
soda is coming out of the machine
That's
and you're
it.
walking away.
What a time to be alive. It's great.
It's freaking nice. The big difference being, I would not trust American banks to do this shit because we saw what just Wells
Never.
Fargo was doing just the other year.
That
But
was-
in China, if
That
you
was
do
very
bank
funny
fraud-
what Wells Fargo was doing, by the way.
I know people who just kept their Wells Fargo ripped them off and they're like, well, I'm not gonna change.
Well,
banks.
what
It's
am I
big.
going to do? Get a new
It's a
bank?
pain in the ass. I'm like, I kind of get it.
Yeah,
What am
yeah.
I? What am I? Israel?
You have to make
Look, I
a
got my
phone call.
mortgage in Wells Fargo. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
If they were setting up new accounts, they're asking people.
Please.
But in China,
Wells Fargo owns your house.
in China,
They do.
the head of Wells Fargo would have been executed.
Yes. 100%.
It's like Not even joking, laughing. Because it is I am not pro death penalty, but
Yeah.
if we have to compare the people that China is executing versus the people of America,
Yeah, China's doing it better.
oh, we found out later through DNA evidence that banker didn't actually make 1,000 people homeless.
Through handwriting analysis.
Never mind. Never mind. Our billionaires kill themselves if they have too much blackmail information on all of your politicians.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein was a Jeffrey Epstein reference.
Didn't kill himself.
Didn't kill himself.
Didn't kill himself.
I thought it was a Neil Breen reference.
Neil Breen. Yeah, they get on.
They're very
screen.
similar. Yeah.
Hillary did it.
Ooh, I like Hillary killing
Yeah,
Epstein.
she did it for her love of Bill.
Hillary killed
This is
Neil
the way to
Breen.
get Bill back.
I think Hillary did it for her love of killing. Like, if you
You know what?
minorly inconvenience Hillary Clinton,
Someone
will
bitch
follow,
of Benghazi, is that what her
follow
name
you
is?
into Starbucks and shoot you in the head under the guise of a robbery.
Yep.
I should have been.
You're on board. What else is going on in this fucking movie? Oh,
So what's up? Can we have we even introduced what we're like?
I think
what
we
movie
yeah.
is this?
What's up, Balloon to the Rescue? Which is just a confounding title.
Yeah, it's
They,
what's
they
up.
sandwiched up in there, but it's not about up. It's Ghostbusters.
They just
It's
made.
more Ghostbusters than Up, and I haven't seen Up.
Can you guess what word is the biggest on the poster?
The.
Racism.
What's up, Balloon to the rescue?
No one wants the full title. What's up, Balloon to the
It's the only
rescue?
word I can read.
So this is a 45-minute long movie. My first thought was I was like, oh shit, this must be like part 1 or something. This whole thing. Only 45 minutes.
It is a full 40, although it is somehow paced so slowly.
but
and
also not slowly.
It's a baffling piece of
They
art.
there's like almost no transitional scenes, which probably
Yeah.
doesn't run time. But also other times when they do you'll be like, okay, we have to go to the Amazon. Cut. We're here in the Amazon. Like it's that fast.
Yeah.
But also when they do a transition, a shot will just linger on a guy
Yeah.
in the music, and then they like walk 2 steps, very slight camera pan, more waiting.
Yep.
And now the next scene, like
So you know why it has to be at least 45 minutes. 2 reasons.
Because the rules are the rules.
First is that's the minimum for a feature-length movie.
Is it 45? I thought it was like 60.
No.
45 for feature length. Okay. Good to know.
Second, 45 minutes is the minimum to qualify for awards.
This this one what?
Quality
the Brazilian.
animation.
Did this win best adapted screenplay?
adapted from another screenplay.
Adapted from Up, obviously.
Yeah.
I could see it being like nominated for best original score of a Brazilian animated feature
Under
designed
1 hour.
by 2 directors.
Animators.
Budget under 10 million.
That's actually a really funny gimmick, and I would love to. I hope at one point in my life I'm famous or rich enough that I can just do an award show where all of the categories are so specific.
Wildly specific.
To like
Tells you
one movie that you already know what movie will win it. Oh, that would be so
That's
funny.
fun.
By the end of the announcement of the award, you know exactly. You're like, oh, I see what movie.
Got the
Best
camera
picture
shots
with
of a
the
bunch of
2
empty
lead
chairs
actors
and
have the same first name and was filmed in a state that is only 6 letters long, and the script was written and developed in less than 3 months.
The game is
So it's like Guess Who? With
Yeah.
all these
Yes.
directors, and
Yeah.
you just knock them down as you keep narrowing down the category.
Bop.
I
I jump out of the audience and scream who you think it is.
And whoever yells it out first, they win the award.
Yes.
Actually wins.
It's actually the Guess Who Awards.
Oh! Yep. Guess Who Awards.
This is
Do
at
it.
least good enough
more
for.
entertaining than the Oscars.
It's at least good enough for a couple of Netflix seasons.
Yeah.
How is the fucking,
Is it Cake got to be a show?
for multiple seasons?
For 42 years.
Fucking Mikey Day gets to host a TV show.
Yeah.
There's ones. There's rip-offs of that. I swear to God,
Yeah.
they talk about
Yeah,
AI
now there's
make our shit.
was
It
it
already
cake? There's a past.
Was-
There's a past
How
tense
come
one.
it's cake?
What?
Where
They look at-
why is it cake?
Why is it
does.
cake?
They look at 4 shits and go like, which one
Was
was
it cake?
Why is it cake? How is it cake?
Whose cake is it?
Wasn't there one where it's like, is this made of, like, it wasn't even just specifically cake, it was just other versions of which one is the fake one?
Yeah, is this
Yeah.
food bullshit? I think that's what it was called.
They talk about AI is going to mess up creativity. I think these shows are already being made by AI.
100%.
You find a half decent one, and I think you just tell Chat GPT, like, alright,
More of
this
this-
show works.
More of this
Yeah.
fucking
Give me
nonsense.
2,000 variants of this show.
Yeah.
People like a roll of toilet paper that is also a cake. Run with it.
Yeah.
What else? What else you got for
Yeah,
me?
go. Do this for the better part of a decade.
If you gotta host a show, that's the one to do. Where you just eat cake.
I would host a cake show.
Yeah.
I would
I mean,
definitely host a
sometimes you get a book.
Sometimes you do have to eat a book, but a small price to pay for hosting a cake show.
Exactly.
Eat the book. Part of the movie.
So there's a French rapist in this movie.
That's right.
Oh,
So, like,
surprise,
movie-
surprise.
Oh, sorry, I was
The French guy.
pardon me, I was being redundant. There's a rapist in this movie. I don't know why I'm repeating myself.
Jean-Pierre?
Jean-Pierre Lafitte.
Oh, he's a pirate.
He's a pirate. Yeah,
A
so
butt pirate.
there's a high school girl. She has a younger brother. She has an uncle who's in a gay relationship with his business partner.
The movie opens and it's like a TV montage being like, look at these
Newsreel exposition.
It is so poorly explained what the hell's even happened in this movie that it was about halfway through when I'd finally kind of figured out, like,
this
okay,
is sort of the deal.
This is their relationships, this is this person. Because you say they briefly mentioned that Amanda's a high school student, but if you look at her, what she looks like, she could be 16, she could be 35.
Oh, she could be anything,
like,
yeah.
She does have
I
two
was-
big purple eyes.
She has two big black eyes.
But the movie does go to great lengths to reinforce that we're supposed to think she's very hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
How, and you wouldn't know it otherwise.
Yeah. One of the first things I wrote down was basically they say in the news footage, they're talking about the older guy, Dr. Crumb, not his boyfriend, Dr. Zooks.
ZOOX.
Oh, I missed that.
Zooks.
That sucks.
That
That sucks, and I don't like it. But they basically said it's not only is he a scientist, but his niece is hot. That was the news.
Yeah.
The news is telling you how hot she is. The hottest high schooler we know.
Yeah. And so, what even?
They're
happened?
like a superhero team. Kinda?
Yeah, but also just scientists. I
Yes.
get they in the news thing they were insisting no, we're sort of the Incredibles. Also a movie I haven't seen, but
Have you
but
seen Incredibles 2?
have not.
Mm.
But also we're just real scientists. So stop.
We don't have time for all
stop
this.
yeah, we don't have time for
hunting.
the monster shit.
We're supposed to be scientisting, and they
Yeah.
just have
Love the
vague.
logo.
They just have vague monsters. They go and fight. Hey, you do see the monsters later, but what are they called? What are they called? The Monster Chasers. That's the name of their squad.
Okay,
Totally not the Ghostbusters.
not the Ghostbusters. They're the Monster Chasers.
They chase, and they're monsters.
Remember, this is
Completely different.
an up rip, a thing that's supposed to trick your grandma into renting up.
Yeah.
This instead of
This is we have up at home.
up.
It's for this, for sure.
Open up.
No, they
Monster
talk about
Chasers.
their trademark lab coats that identifies them as monster chasers.
Yeah.
They're just
Which are the Ghostbusters
Lab coats.
uniforms? Oh, sorry, those are the lab coats. Yeah,
yeah, but they
Yeah.
mentioned they're like lab coats. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Nobody in the world has these lab coats.
No, they're special.
They're special. Then
lab
they
coats.
bust out the uniforms.
Yeah, which are Ghostbusters
Oh,
uniforms.
chase out the uniforms. Sorry.
Yes.
And the way they talk about them, you're like, oh, they must have superpowers or some Batman ass gadgets. And no, it turns out there's basically normal people who
Yes.
put on.
Yeah.
They just put on a suit and
They
they
got-
have a laser gun.
They got laser guns.
But
And
it's not a
enough.
laser gun that does any kind of damage.
No.
It's traps you in a little bubble if you do
Yeah.
the lasers
Yeah.
right. Again, not like a Ghostbuster.
No,
At
no,
all.
not at all.
Not like a
completely
Ghostbuster.
No, they have this magic stone
Yeah.
that
Where'd they
will
get it?
lift up the house.
The super
And also
energized rock.
hypnotize
Super
the
energized. Yeah. It's a magic rock that has two vastly different powers. It can levitate your house, and as you said, it can hypnotize the entire world.
If you say the secret password to it.
Lavender.
Which is said, as soon as they introduce that there is a password, he immediately says it
on
on
television.
TV.
After telling everybody how smart this character is.
Yeah.
And being reinforced throughout the narrative, how smart he is.
He's a genius scientist.
Yeah.
We get it, movie. We see what you're going for. You're gonna hypnotize
you can't tell
some
them
people.
that on the air. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but at first they're using it to lift their house up and down, and he gives the news lady the remote control, which has, I believe, up and down buttons, and she almost destroys the entire thing. And I'm like, okay.
Vindictively, did you see her face? Like, she got the demon eyebrows. She's like,
yeah. So I'm like, okay, like no more of this women in STEM shit. There were two buttons on that thing, and she had no idea what she was doing. So
she had every idea.
God,
she's an agent of chaos.
Like, having watched the movie, when you go back, the fact that they have the rock levitate the house at all is this supposed to be a copy of Up, where balloons move a house.
Yeah.
And they need to have the house moving before we get to a part where a balloon is available, I guess.
Correct.
So we have the house get levitated by a rock in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost goes to space.
And then...
Almost goes to space, yes.
A scene later, we have a guy shows up with a balloon out of nowhere to also get the house... we get the house double MacGuffined as to why it can float.
It's insane.
Like, we can't
it's
even
truly
pick a
insane.
reason.
Like, this is unhinged writing.
So they just had a fully done movie, and they're like, okay, this is going to be an Up.
We're going to do an Up now.
And they slap in the scene and a half
of balloons.
House.
Yeah.
Is that how these movies get made?
I guess. I don't know.
Like, is that what Panda Fighter was? They had a whole thing going, like, what are we ripping off? Kung Fu Panda. Got it. So the characters are pandas, and they're going to do one karate scene. Got it.
Well, they try to beat the release. So as soon as they hear about what's coming out,
they crank it out before.
They try to get these fortune tellers.
Yeah.
Well, and also, too, like, some of those scripts get floated around for years. So, like, every studio has the script. It's just whether or not they realize that, like, oh, this studio has the script, and they're in development, and it's probably going to make a bunch of money. Well, fuck, we need to get something out. That's why you have your Armageddons and Deep Impacts at the same time. But then, like, they might
Dante's Peak and Volcano.
Exactly, right? Like, they might have
a third example.
They might have the script, and then they don't realize that the other studio making the movie, like, it's going to be a huge thing, and they just never look at the script. And then they go, oh no, this is coming out. Fuck. Just take the idea, and we'll just make a new thing.
Hurry.
Yeah.
This movie's a quarter done. Let's just make it, like, reroute it into being this.
Let's just turn it into a movie that we own the properties to already, and we'll just change the title of it.
Yeah.
It's a Cloverfield movie now.
Ugh.
If you get it out in advance, you can go get it at Redbox.
That's the
cheap.
We just saw Redbox at 7-Eleven. Got really excited that shit still exists.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Man, Cloverfield Lane is probably the best case scenario example of that.
Yeah.
Where the actual movie is basically left alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
With like one scene at the end.
Yeah, we're like, we gotta add like 20 minutes at the end of this movie where the aliens come. The rest of it, unchanged.
Make it a Cloverfield.
I don't even hate it. They basically had a boss fight to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Defeat the boss? Alright.
It is weird that there are 3 Cloverfield movies and one is a Cloverfield movie.
And one of them's in space.
And one's in space.
No one likes that one.
Nope.
No.
That's the worst.
Or there's also Paranormal Activity, the newest one, Next of Kin.
Oh.
Which was very much a movie that was already made, and I think Amazon bought it,
and Paranormal
and then
Activity
they were like, you know what, let's make it a Paranormal Activity movie, even though it has nothing to do with the rest of the franchise.
Respect.
What's the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy game that was not actually a Final?
Kingdom Hearts.
They did that where they had like a kind of baby easy like RPG in Japan.
Like Crystal something.
and they brought it over to the
Final Fantasy
U.S.
Crystal.
and they stuck Final Fantasy like in the title of it.
Was it Final Fantasy Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball?
Yeah, man.
You got it!
Ken Griffey
that was a
Jr.'s
good game.
Final Fantasy
Scott,
Adventure
a game.
3.
I bet you his Final Fantasy was to not get fat and keep playing baseball.
Got his ass.
Oh, do you know what his job is now?
Baseball player.
He's a sideline photographer for the NFL.
Weird.
Him and Randy Johnson both do that.
The two most famous Mariners
Yeah.
of all
Randy
time.
Johnson.
It's like their their dream job. They're like, I just want to take like high quality photos of the NFL
of a different sport than I played.
So they're both sideline photographers for the NFL.
That's
It's
so
wild.
Interesting.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest
That's
is the game
it.
I'm talking
There you go.
about.
Huh.
Yes, it was, baby.
This
It
is
was-
the first I'm hearing of this.
It was like in Japan is like
But you're a gamer.
marketed
But you're a
as
gamer.
I
for
am,
children.
but not that kind of gamer.
Dude, play it. It is. Oh, it's the only I can compare the experience to. Like they've taken a turn-based RPG down to they distilled it to you don't even walk around. There's no randomly generated battles. There's just a spot where there's 10 battles. You just press A, new battle, new battle, new battle. If you just close your eyes and press A, you will beat 99% of these fucking fights.
Are we sure it wasn't a game for blind people?
It actually could be because you do like a little bit of like audio description with that game. You could easily. It's like you have 2 directions, up or down. Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
These are your options. You always are given an assistant character who's 20 levels higher than you.
Beautiful. Pick up your phone.
That was a shit, actually. I just dropped one on the ground. But and it was called What's Up? Balloon to the Rescue. So the team is like, hey, we're out here fighting monsters. We're a team that exists. And then out of nowhere, this French guy's like, wah, ha, ha, come to fucking the Amazon. And everyone talks about how smelly he is. People are weirdly hostile.
Yeah, definitely several like French needing a bath jokes.
Yep.
I was a fan.
Like every bit of dialogue about him is like, French people.
Yeah.
Frog.
Is everyone openly hostile?
I think so. It's not like they're not asking for it.
Right.
Amanda
I mean,
likes
look what they're
him.
wearing.
True.
He's like, let's go to Paris. I'm a full-grown man. You're a child.
You're a child. Yep.
We're gonna go to Paris.
Well, that's how you groom children.
I mean, look, it worked for Roman Polanski.
Was it?
No, Roman had to go there after.
That was if he had
his punishment.
if he had met the child in Paris, then we're not even having this
Yeah,
conversation.
that's
Then everybody wins.
That's true.
Everybody wins. Nobody gets hurt.
I like that his punishment was you have to go to a country where people kind of don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And live in the most beautiful city in the world.
Yes. And continue to make films that no one sees.
If you have enough money, you never have to face consequences.
Mhm.
Only if you want to never be able to come to America again and have to live in France.
Oh, no.
Although I guess he can leave France for the rest of Europe in theory.
He can leave for anywhere that doesn't have extradition.
Yeah, which is what the UK.
It's a
and
very
Germany?
like case by case basis. Like every country's different. It's all over the place.
You gotta plan out
Just
your
go to
whole
Argentina.
map.
Sorry, I decimated your mountains, dude.
You're good.
Did you see when the Amanda and Frenchman Jean
Mm-hmm.
Pierre are out getting ice cream? And they were
Yeah.
having a long scene where ice cream was very clearly just a code word for sex.
Sure was.
And then who got drugged? They gave him candy. They gave they're like the little brother shows up, the annoying little brother.
Yeah.
Who the first time you see him, the news says his name and he's like, Luis, blah blah, I'm Guto, and they just move on. You're like, what does that mean?
What?
You're assuming they would like turn into Power Rangers or some shit. Like it's set up that they have
Yeah.
powers, like
They
they're
don't.
superheroes.
Spoiler: they don't.
They're just normal fucking
They're just people.
They have a laser gun, kinda.
Kind of. Barely. And a magic
They're
rock.
Ghostbusters.
So-
With two
Ghostbusters.
very specific powers.
Jean Pierre's trying to perform a statutory rape on Amanda.
Yep.
And the kid shows up and he's like, "Oh, let us give him candy," and it's drug. He just fucking drugs him. The
Yeah.
little boy is drugged.
Luckily, that's the only time someone gets drugged in this movie.
Yep. I was like, "There's no way this happens again."
Yeah. You're not going to roofie the uncle.
You're not just gonna be drugging everybody.
And his lover.
Sexy uncle.
The only plot device this movie has for agency is to drug someone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just for reference, France will extradite anybody who's not a French nationalist.
Nationalist.
Yeah, yeah.
Le Pen.
Germany will not extradite anyone who's a German national, and Ukraine and Moldova do not extradite. You can go there, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Come
They will
on, man.
never send you away.
Is there anything Ukraine does not have a bad take on?
Slava Ukraine, baby.
Yep. And Moldova.
And Moldova.
The proletariat
Weren't we big?
war of Moldova.
Yeah, weren't we big in Moldova? Didn't we have like
Was it
5
Moldova or was it
was Moldova.
Estonia?
A weird market share somewhere in the Baltics.
Yeah, we did.
It's like the,
Yeah, 'cause
the
like-
79th most popular
Well,
Yeah,
podcast.
early
in
on, and you look at the
Liechtenstein.
metrics on YouTube,
Yeah.
and like a couple of the views were like Estonia and Moldova.
Yeah,
So there
like,
were people
what's-
in those
what's going on
countries
over there?
that were watching like the early
Yeah.
podcast stuff. I don't know if they still
remember
do,
One of your
but-
friends was
Yeah.
Eastern European.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
From Montenegro.
Which is
North Macedonia.
which is Greek for Mount Negro.
What does that mean?
I would also like to know.
Don't like how everyone's looking at me.
I will occasionally, still, you'll see on Twitter where people will be speaking Spanish, and someone will
And someone
come in
yells at them for
to
saying
be like,
it.
"You can't say
It
that."
just means the color black, you idiot.
In like 4 different languages.
In a lot of languages, yeah. Like
Learn
any
from
Romance
Jack's
language.
Speaking of Romance languages.
Drugging.
So,
That's my love language.
so Luis,
My love language is roofies.
not Luis, freaking Jean-Pierre lures the super team into a cave and just immediately betrays them, runs out of the
So,
cave,
yeah.
blows up the cave, just stood them in there and like, well, we're all gonna die now.
Okay, yeah. So they resign themselves to death.
Immediately.
I
Yeah.
know that.
Like, they're like, we're trapped, I guess we
Yeah.
die.
But then also immediately they're out, no explanation.
They're fine.
They're fine.
No
they
problem.
figured
They
it
used
out.
the laser gun.
Yeah, they used the laser.
They happen to have a
Maybe
laser gun.
it was the laser
that
gun.
They immediately gave
But it's
up,
just
then they're like,
implied, right?
oh yeah.
They didn't. Well,
I have
Like,
they,
they
didn't.
don't
say
show it or tell you. It's just
Yeah.
implied they use the
Yeah, it's the
laser
classic storytelling technique: don't show, don't tell.
gun.
Well, didn't they break the laser gun after they
That's
used it?
later.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's later.
They go, oh, I bet Jean-Pierre is. I'm doing about as good as job as they are.
Yeah, you're crushing it.
sounding old,
you're
like,
good.
I bet Jean-Pierre is outside. We're trying to rescue us right now.
Yeah,
And
they're
then
all, like he's clearly betrayed them, but they still chill with him for like most of the rest of
But
the movie.
it's without a cut. He has that line, and then he's like, no, I think Jean-Pierre betrayed us. And they're like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I guess we'll die. Like,
yeah,
three lines.
which is why I think this was improv.
He goes from complete trust to complete resignation to expiration
Yeah.
immediately.
I'm old. What do I have?
And he's like, I only have 20 days to live anyway.
I'll never conceive a child.
So
Zooks and Crumb been trying for years.
they were doing it wrong.
Bad scientist.
True, you'd think scientists of all people would know how to make a gay baby.
So
Maybe
they
that's
get,
in the third movie.
they get out of that shit, but like the dude, how does he unlock the oh yeah, he unlocks like the monster dimension
The-
by throwing the rock around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
like
drops
It drops
Yeah,
it and
drops
it
the
creates
rock.
the portal.
it opens a monster
A
dimension.
literal porter to hell.
a bunch of like Monsters Inc. pop out of it.
Dude, they look like the Pac-Man ghosts, but with arms and legs.
Yeah.
Love the sound effects when they come out.
Oh yeah. Mm. Mm.
Just the most unenthusiastic.
Yeah, very subtle monsters.
The monster sounds are just literally just a guy going, "Arr, arr,
Yeah.
arr, 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 arr." You might as well be watching the movie. We actually swiped the audio for that. It was-
Frank
Yeah.
Welker's quality has gone downhill.
And then the monsters who have never been to this dimension before all like simultaneously decide to go to 3 like world
Well, they
landmarks.
scare Pierre, who's like, wasn't he like holding pictures and he drops them because they're picking up like a picture of the Eiffel
No,
Tower.
the
or-
Yeah.
Chinese guy. In the
Oh,
balloon.
Ching Ling had showed up at that point? I'm not being weird, that's his
He's in the
name.
tree. He was taking pictures and they all fell out of the
He
air
has the
balloon.
pictures. Fuck. You're right.
Of course he had the pictures.
Of
he had
course
the
he had the
He had the
pictures.
camera, Ching Ling. There is another character.
Also,
Chinese.
there's a real character called Ching
Yeah.
Ling. We're not being racist. I mean, we're also being racist, but the character's name is
Dude,
Ching Ling.
You know what?
Although they do, one person refers to him as Beijing once, very casually.
They should have called him Chongqing, which is a real name of a Chinese city of like 30 million people. Chongqing.
That's right.
I'm going. Where you going? To fucking Chongqing? Yes, actually, I have a cousin
Yeah,
in
I
Chongqing.
am. It's a city with the population of Canada.
And he does correct them. He makes sure you know he's not Japanese. He's Chinese.
He's Chinese.
Even though someone says arigato to him.
Exactly. That's why.
That's weird.
It's like, oh no, I'm not going to say it. I came this close.
The two things that surprised me about this movie, because when I was typing it into YouTube, the autocomplete just added the word racist to the end. So I'm like, oh, what kind of fucking
Oh,
movie is this gonna be?
I think Olivia said something with the request. Here's the last movie recommend. I can't believe I didn't send it to you earlier. There's some scenes in this that I think you'll appreciate. And I think these were those scenes.
It's like the casual just weirdness of, because it's not even, there's not a ton of like vitriol behind the,
No.
It's shocking in how both racist and not racist
Yeah,
it is at
no,
the same
you're right.
time. Like, it's just like sprinkled in a couple
Yeah,
weird ones.
and very casually.
They call them Beijing. Like, what?
I really wanted it to really commit to the racism.
Uh-huh.
It needed to go a lot harder.
I was waiting for it to turn to like some like, oh my god.
Apparently that's in the prequel movie.
Yeah, maybe we'll watch that.
It's just.
I can't wait.
I mean,
Wait,
besides,
I don't have to because I'm not on this podcast anymore.
like, technically the most objectionable thing, the thing in there that would upset the most white people in America,
Yep.
are the accents, because it's clearly not like they did not hire
No,
a Chinese
no,
guy
no,
to
no.
do that.
No. That's dude.
It would be funnier if he like is like effing. He's like, yes, I'm a Chinese American, like 4th generation, but he just does not speak any Chinese, so he just has to do the same.
Yeah, exactly.
horrible
Like he
impression.
he
that we
speaks
would
zero
do.
Chinese.
Yeah.
He has no natural accent.
Yeah. He's
So
just-
he's a Chinese guy doing an offensive Chinese
it sounds
accent.
exactly like if I did it. Like,
And
just-
that makes it fine.
That does make it okay.
I think it'd be funny if that was his stylistic choice.
yeah.
They never
They
said to
didn't tell him
him,
to read it.
be a racist Chinese character. And he just went in there and he's like, you know what? I think this is how he sounds.
I don't know.
This is the voice I've interpreted for Ching Ling.
I was gonna say he saw Ching Ling on the script and
Yeah.
ran with it.
Yeah.
So I can
It's not
understand
even,
that.
It's not even that extreme of an accent.
No.
That's what I mean. It's not
Yeah.
that. They don't go super overboard.
Yeah, no,
It's
they
weird.
always pull it back a bit. It's okay. It's a safe movie.
It's safe. And
You'd expect him to be out there with,
wait
like,
till we
a-
get to the Dove review that tells you how safe it is.
Oh, that's right. You got reviews. So,
I do.
so what fucking they fucking deal with the monsters.
Oh yeah, they just walk up to the monsters. They point the laser gun.
Zap
The
'em.
monster's in a bubble. Then
Yeah.
that bubble's getting towed around behind them.
Yeah, and then at one point they accidentally zap the Chinese guy, and they're like, "Well, I guess he's in the Phantom Zone now."
I mean, Chinese people are practically monsters.
He's just visible in the bubble. They can talk to him. He's like,
Yeah.
hey guys. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, can you get him out? I don't know.
I mean, maybe,
seems,
but we'll-
seems tricky.
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah,
Oh, after they're in the Amazon, they have to leave the Amazon and go find all the monsters who are
Yeah.
now go looking for like various world wonders. I think is what it is.
yeah. Eiffel Tower, Great Wall of China, and the third one.
And out of nowhere, just in a random scene, a guy crashes his hot air balloon, and then he's like hanging in the tree listening to.
And they're like, balloons.
That was the Chinese guy.
They needed somebody. Ching Ling was
Ching
the
Ling was in the
pilot?
balloon?
He was.
I thought it was
Was
just
he
a
like-
fucking guy in a balloon, and we never saw him again.
I don't remember him talking. I remember it being a totally different guy. Was he
Pretty
like?
sure it was him.
Was he in a different outfit or
'Cause
something?
he had the camera, he dropped the pictures, and
Oh.
then the guy was trying to hypnotize him, so he's like, put your hands up. And he's like,
And then
Does he just not talk in that scene?
well,
he says like
was
one thing is like,
hypnotized.
"Help! I crashed my balloon," and they ignore him and say balloons.
Yeah, I thought that he just showed up and disappeared from the story without being mentioned again.
So how did he
That's
get from
Ching
where he
Ling.
crashed the balloon to the Great Wall of China?
I guess he just went with him, like in the.
He was just hanging out, like
Like when they took his
stowaway.
balloon, he just got in the house with him
Huh?
at some point.
That's even more baffling.
And I mean, I could be wrong, but I wasn't fully invested.
What?
In the movie.
The balloon shows
Confession
up
time.
only so they can have the shot of the house getting ballooned, because they already
Yes.
had the house floats with the rock. They
Yeah,
don't have the rock, so the
Now,
house still
a
has to
second method to float a house.
And that's when he's trying to use the stone, but he
Yeah.
can't because he can't say the word lavender.
Yes,
float. The secret word is lavender, and the guy is French.
the French
So
guy.
he can't say
Shout out.
And
Say
that's
it, Frenchie.
Say it, Frenchie.
Say it. Say lavender.
Lavender.
and that's the okay kind of racism. You find you can make fun of French people.
White on white.
White on white, it's fine.
Who's getting hurt?
Ho ho ho!
You
I
can't-
can make you do nothing.
you can't be racist
or
to a
blow
white person.
kisses.
I thought it was when we watched this, we thought it was Italian. It turns out it was actually Brazilian.
What's the difference?
So before, like Italian to French, I thought there was like some kind of weird rivalry.
Some inter-European.
Like, oh, the
Yeah.
Italians. I guess the Italians don't like the French.
Swede, Norwegian.
But what Brazil?
Brazil,
Why?
France.
Well, they were both
And
South
China.
American colonizers, and French Guiana's right next to Brazil.
And like China and Brazil get along better than most, like better than the
And
U.S.
they
does
really
with
don't
China.
like Chinese guy on them.
The kid,
does?
it's just the kid. The little boy he's not even mean, he just is very persistent in every line of dialogue he has anytime he's near Ching-Ling is commenting on how he's Chinese.
Yeah.
He's pretty mean to the monsters. Just horfing cookies in front of him.
Yeah,
For
he's
a
like,
10-minute scene.
it's like
Oh, these
psychological.
cookies are so good. You want one? Maybe I better try them first.
It's like it's like a cut directly out of like Ninja Turtles. Like you can just imagine.
What if it was Ash from Pokemon or something? I don't know who the voice actor was.
A lady.
What?
A lady.
That was a little boy.
A white lady.
What? It was Nancy Cartwright. It was Bart Simpson.
You hear that? You know what that is? A lady. I get first. You get second.
I love doing this live with you guys. It's so different. Seeing all the action.
So yeah, they fucking wrangle the monster. They somehow get the Chinese guy out. Thank God, they get the French guy in. Oh, and so the French guy coerces his child bride into into roofing her uncle and his gay lover so they can go to.
Capture the monsters.
Yeah,
but
and
that's not what he actually wants.
Yes, he
Turning
just
number
wants
2.
the rock so he can hypnotize the world. But it not like he has
Did
like
the rock explode? How did they get it back?
it got better. Shut up.
He like threw it on the ground and made a hell portal.
Yeah, but then got it back because that's what he used for the hypnotizing. So they still had the rock. It makes
It
absolutely
exploded
makes
out
absolutely no sense.
Super-
But like beyond did he have an end game beyond the hypnosis? Because it's not like he had a goal. It's not like there was a thing he wanted everyone to do or something he was trying to acquire. He just thought it would be sick
He just wanted
if
utter
he
control.
hypnotized the world.
And
So-
make them do nothing or
Yeah,
blow kisses.
but yeah.
Those are the two options.
Those are the two options. So yeah, he hypnotizes the family. So the two old queens wake up from wake
Shut
up
up my spit.
wake
Fuck
up
you.
wake up from their slumber, and then he uses the rock on them and he hypnotizes them, Amanda, but not the boy because the boy's wearing cool sunglasses.
Were the sunglasses why it didn't work?
I think so. That
Like-
was my interpretation.
So-
I think
holding
yeah,
a
that was
rock?
implied. for
Yeah.
sure.
What? Oh, I thought it was just like like something about the little boy just.
It's because he's neuroatypical, so he can't be hypnotized.
Maybe they were gonna like.
Kisses!
I thought they were gonna turn around and like, guess it doesn't work on like kids.
Kids.
or
Yeah, no,
something,
it doesn't
like-
work on people with cool shades. Is who it doesn't work on.
So like you say, so it would make sense if it was like earmuffs and you couldn't hear him say lavender. Or something. It's
The
a guy
lavender just
holding.
accesses the rock.
It-
Yeah.
So, but what about it goes into your eye?
You're looking at the rock.
Look at.
I don't know,
Does
man.
that mean you could just like do this? Like
I
just
think
close your eyes? And it
I
wouldn't
suppose
work?
you could.
So
Yeah.
you can't hypnotize.
I think you could also do a bird box and be fine.
I
Bird
would
box.
love if this segued into Bird Box.
Shared universe
somehow.
with bird box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the monsters come out of the portals.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? Making a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
So the kid.
Looking at this makes you want to kill yourself.
Yep.
So
I have so many wrist marks.
Is that Ching Ling? Is that Ching Ling?
I don't think it is. I think you're crazy, Eve.
Is that Ching Ling? I can't tell. I went back to the fucking.
I mean, I
movies.
can't
So-
swear it's not because it's so poorly drawn.
And everybody's just like a little potato looking.
Yeah, it's a potato.
I don't
This
know
look-
how else he got there.
This looks like the PlayStation. Remember when PlayStation tried to make its own like social network on the PlayStation 4?
Mm.
PlayStation Avatar's default, like that's what all the characters look like. Like the 5 starting options before you, except
Yeah.
for 2 different old men. Jean Pierre is the most freaking normal man trademark
Yeah.
you've ever seen.
Yeah.
He has no distinguishing features. Amanda at least has the fucked up eyes, so you can remember that
Yeah.
it's her.
And she's super hot.
The kid looks
It's
like
just
he's from a different movie.
Yeah.
The,
yeah.
The kid's a
Yeah.
guest star from a different
He looks
shitty
like
animation.
Baby Terrence or Philip. It's
Yep.
like a fucking pineapple shaped
Yes,
head,
he does.
teardrop head, head bobbling around with big ass mouth, one tooth,
One big tooth.
Single curved
One
tooth.
big tooth.
Yeah. So yeah, kid in the cool shades foils Frenchie and sends him to the Phantom Zone where he is sentenced to death, basically.
Yeah.
They're like, is this too harsh a punishment? And they all just kind of collectively decide, fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason they point out that
He's a pedophile.
It's good effort anyway is like, well, what are we gonna do? Turn him into the police?
That was very funny. This is
They
Look,
will
that guy had
never
it
believe
coming.
us.
it's an anti-cop movie, which I appreciate.
That is true.
It's an ACAB movie.
It is
Lots
a
of
Like,
good
oh, we're gonna
messages
call the
in
police to this
movie.
pedophile? No, we're gonna send him to the monster dimension
Yeah.
where he belongs.
We have to kill him because otherwise he'll receive no punishment
Yeah.
at all. Like,
Vigilante justice.
He's got a great lawyer who doesn't support Palestine, and you can guess why.
David Berkowitz.
Son of
Because-
Sam.
because he's directly funded by finance capital who directly benefits from ongoing perpetual proxy war nonsense
Correct.
in the world.
It all ties together.
So that was the
Read.
movie, and it was great.
And we would like to
It was-
recommend, as a follow-up to What's Up, by V.I. Lenin, Imperialism, the highest form of, the highest stage of capitalism. It'll make this whole Israel situation make sense. They are what we call a client state, whatever. Like,
Yes,
So I did enjoy reading the reviews for this movie
I bet.
because I tried to brush up on the plot because I was watching it at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's when we did too, which is why we both fell asleep watching it and then didn't watch it last night because we got back to Ben's at 4 a.m. after driving to Tacoma and back at 3 a.m.
Yeah. So I was trying to refresh myself on the plot synopsis.
Yeah.
Could not find anything other than
That sounds right.
Two crazy scientists chase monsters
Who are gay.
You are gay.
who are gay.
The scientists, not the monsters. Let's be clear.
We don't know.
Those monsters were dead butch.
Okay.
very, very strict.
And as we know, there's no butch gays.
No butch gays.
Yeah, never.
Never
No,
happened.
they were playing with balls though.
True. Noted
So-
flouncy gay pepper kind. No butch gays.
Don't spoiler. Don't tell them.
Don't let them in on my secret.
So I found two fun reviews and I wrote down the quotes because they gave me a good little giggle. The first was for the first movie, Little Big Monsters. Somebody complained that the monsters were not big.
But they're also little, you see. They're little big monsters.
That's right. It says, nope, the biggest monster was at best big boned, not even large. I've seen bigger monsters rolling around on the electric carts at Walmart.
Fun. That's fun.
But then,
We saw a big monster at the Walmart on the way down.
Oh, we did.
Lucky.
So- not a cart type. Well,
he could have been.
There's types.
will be a cart type in 1 year.
The way he was walking,
he was
would be
having
a cart man.
a time. We saw when we were parking, just walking to it in the lot, and yeah, his legs had just about had enough for one lifetime.
on his
and-
last legs.
and on his last legs. And then we saw him in the Walmart, in the dairy section, taking I'll go imperial measurements for you guys, a 1 quart carton of eggnog and slamming it
In the store.
in the
the Walmart.
goddamn Walmart.
Yeah.
Did he like put it back or throw
He
it?
put
in
the carton
cart?
in his cart. Who's to say if the carton makes it
Actually
to
made
the
it to
cash
cash.
register?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
That's a cultural question I like to ask. Be like, if you're in the store and have a drink and you want the drink now,
Yeah.
is it like weird to get a drink you intend to buy, open it, drink it as you shop, and then pay for it when you leave? Is that weird?
It
or
might be
acceptable?
weird, but it's completely allowed. It is not stealing until you leave the store.
We had a store near us, and I grew up in like rural Pennsylvania, a store called Giant Eagle, and they put
Where are we
at one
talking?
point-
York?
Oh, a whole opposite corner, like
Ah.
near Erie.
I've
Lake
done
Erie.
York. I've done Dover. I've done
Yeah, that's all the Philadelphia area.
another one, but
This is by like Buffalo, New York, actually. Almost.
oh, up there. Okay, yeah.
But they put Coke branded drink holders on the carts at one point, and they put a little thing like, "Yo, get a Coke now, pay for it." Like they put this thing like the price of the Coke was on the cup holder, so you could grab it.
Genius.
Look,
I feel
sometimes
like-
you really need eggnog.
I know, right?
You really need
I'm not even critical of the eggnog choice. I don't know if I could do a whole quart that fast, but
He could.
Just fucking powerhoused it.
He could.
he's walking out
Yeah.
with those
We'll work you up to it.
No trouble.
like the beer helmet things, but it's just two things.
Two
Fucking
eggnog. 2 1-gallon eggnogs.
Disgusting.
7.5 liters of eggnog. That's right, metric and imperial. We cover all our bit. We love all our fans.
So
we love
sexy.
Americans and every other country in the fucking world that doesn't use your dumb measurement system. How many rods to the hog's head does this get?
What's the other one? There's one in Africa.
I believe it is the United States of America, Chad, and Myanmar are the 3 countries on Earth that officially use the imperial measurement system. You idiots.
Dumb motherfuckers.
We're just sitting around watching our thing get more and more hybridized. I think it's just going to be the most gradual possible transition.
Because you can't admit anyone was right. So
the shitty thing is the last thing that's going to ever go for imperial measurements is like instructions on like things you have to make, like IKEA furniture style things where it'll be like 1 1/4 inch screw heads. You're like, come on, like
Listen,
please.
I will gladly keep feet and pounds.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the other way. I've never learned centimeters and kilograms.
Yeah.
It's not in my
There's
head.
no
for height
to
and weight,
it.
yeah.
It is not in my head.
What about stones?
I'm 5'10". I don't
Stones
know.
are fucking horseshit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that. That's a dumb British thing.
Yeah.
But like, if I had to fill out,
Stone.
if I had to fill out proper Canadian paperwork where they were like, "What is your height in centimeters and your weight in kilograms?" I would just not fill out the paperwork.
Yeah, I'm probably like, I don't know, like 100 centimeters and 200 kilograms. I'm sorry, you're 3 feet tall and 440 pounds.
Wow, you're quite the chode.
We got a real chode. Yeah.
Are you
Nice.
racist?
99th percentile in weight and 1st percentile in height. We got a chode on our hands, folks.
But I'll trade to keep that, feet and pounds, and then everything else.
Yeah, that's fine.
So just
Yeah.
volume is
Im-
the only
yeah.
thing you, and temperature.
But no, only height and weight.
Only height and weight. Yeah.
Oh, everything else.
everything
For
else,
height and weight, we
metric.
use pounds and feet. Everything else stays the same.
Like kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stays the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm completely down.
Yeah, are we all, have we
You know what?
reached,
Yes.
have we reached an
Let's
accord?
approach the UN and propose. Like, look, everybody.
Well, because like, what are you? You're like
Fucking
6'4"?
You're
I'm
7'8".
6'6", 198 centimeters.
6'6". Okay. So yeah, but what sounds better, 6'6" or 198 centimeters?
Dude, 2 meters is what really sounds fucking good.
Oh
That-
yeah, that's true.
the-
So close.
That's 6'7".
I can't. I have to tell the truth. I'm not the IDF.
Got him.
Yeah,
That
this-
should be the end. That
Wasted.
should be the end.
This is how we're gonna win the war with snipes.
Snipes.
But
Oh,
the
not that
catty
guy.
bitches. I believe we have another review.
not the snipes through the hospital window.
No,
So-
different kind of snipes.
So are you familiar with Dove?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the men's body wash.
That's what I thought too. I thought they doubled as like a family-friendly site
So
and soap.
Yeah.
No, they're completely different. So Dove is sort of a Christian database of
Oh,
movie
okay.
reviews, and it has, much like IMDb, a rating system,
Not soap affiliated.
multiple criteria.
He doesn't rate on a soap scale.
It does not.
Okay.
you
It
can
does
get
measure
a
cleanliness. Though.
Oh.
you can get a stamp of approval from Dove.
You
That's
know
right,
what?
yeah.
You and I,
Sex.
have seen a movie that is Dove approved. Remember when I made you watch the Ethan Hawke movie, Adopt a Highway?
I like Adopt a Highway.
That's
That
a
was
Dove approved movie.
Good to know.
On the Blu-ray, it has the stamp on it.
That really wanted to make my top 10. It was just
That would put
Just
your-
on the
Also,
edge.
only like 82 minutes long.
Oh, beautiful runtime. Beautiful fucking
No
ride.
wonder it was approved.
It's not a what's up runtime, but still good. Yeah.
Directed by Logan Marshall Green. Logan Marshall Green.
Some 3-name motherfucker.
So it has a 0 to 10 scale on the raciness.
What's what? 0 is no race and 10
0,
is
no faith. There
No
was
faith.
No faith references in this movie.
Ah, okay.
So,
Okay.
there was probably a 2 for sexuality because
A pedophile.
Because there was a
could just-
pedophile.
Because there's a pedophile.
I was gonna say. I'd have gone a little higher.
Well,
personally, but
listen, it's Christian, so
And bad.
pedophilia is a real
I guess it's like
grayish
explicit.
area
Sure.
for them.
True.
They don't have a man to get naked or anything. At least.
True. Yeah.
So this is what Dove had to say about it.
Did the movie have any soaking in it?
No.
Okay.
Well, the drugs soaked in the tea.
True.
Well, not my kind of soaking.
We'll work you up to it.
You know what? I'm gonna get into soaking because it's less work for
I was
me,
gonna say, you just lie
and
there.
then my triceps won't hurt so much.
Yeah, Drew's.
Kinky bastard.
Anyways.
So it says, there are many lessons offered in this story,
Are there?
such as that you should listen to your elders, not be overprotective of your children, and how it is wrong to put things in others' drinks without them knowing.
You know what? Good advice across the board. I do like because they sort of like tried to push the moral at the end, like listen to your elders, but they couldn't decide if that's actually what it wanted to be or if it was literally the opposite. Because like he was apologizing for being overprotective, but
It was
like
all
also
walls in one at the very end.
being overprotective like saved her from getting raped. So like, isn't that good?
I think she was just normal level protective because like I
Yeah.
feel like my fucking niece I think
Yeah.
like drugged me so she could go be around this grown man.
Yeah.
I'd be
So
like
maybe keep an eye on her. I don't know.
Hey Amanda, what the fuck? Don't be overprotective.
So guess what the age rating is for this movie?
Age rating.
Oh.
NC-17.
8.
Close.
What?
12 and up.
12 and up.
12.
And that's the end of my notes.
And that's the news.
Alright.
Huh.
I guess it's gonna be 12 to know where Beijing is.
Oh yeah, let's have some
Gummy cocoa.
what are gummy choco.
They're white chocolate gummies that have different fruit flavors. And they're
Interesting.
delicious.
This seems like a complicated open. Oh, it has a
It's
it,
no
I,
ramen.
I
You're
figured it out.
It took 0 seconds.
Well, I saw no clear. It looked like just one P. I'm like, oh, is this like some sort of puzzle box? And I'm gonna summon a pinhead.
Or a monster that you can chase.
Yeah. These are fun. Are they multiple flavors? That was a lychee.
I
This is
expected
muscat, the green one.
That's a grape.
Mhm.
I think.
Green grape.
I expect these to have like a hard candy shell thing, but it's like a melty soft.
Just regular.
Yeah, right.
Choco.
And the fruit chews are nice.
Yeah. Really good. Does it say the flavors?
No.
Or
I think so.
or do you have to be the detective?
Japanese.
Yes, it does. And the one I thought was lychee was not, because that's not one of the things.
That'd be pineapple.
I guess it was peach. Green grape, mango, and peach.
Alright.
Cool.
I want to do the one that I.
That's
Wanna
your
do.
business. We have durian wafers.
Durian wafers.
You ready for this whole
And-
room to smell like poop?
It's not a poop smell.
You don't know.
It's not poop, it's content. And that's
Oh.
what I provide.
Look, another grown man who struggles to do simple tasks. Scott, you guys must be best friends.
That's why we're friends.
You're making me nervous over
Especially
here.
considering both of you couldn't get my belt on for me.
It was hard.
Dude, I'm sorry, but you gotta add a snap to that belt. Shit. We were hauling, we were like girdling you with that.
No, I was fine. It was not suction tight on
Then
me.
I need to be stronger.
Yeah.
We both need
Okay.
to
Both of you.
Everybody, oh man. Okay, these durian
Oh.
wafers.
I don't want to smell it.
Yeah,
No,
smell
yeah.
it.
I'll
'Cause
smell
the
it.
smell is half of
Just smell
Half of
it.
You gotta smell it.
Squeeze it at your
You
face.
smell it first.
Ooh, that's
I
weird.
I know. It's a.
That's strange.
It's great because if you, it smells like nothing else. It's a fucking distinct ass.
It is gasoline-y. It is a
Pineapple
little
gasoline.
gasoline-y.
Pineapple gasoline is the closest
Yeah.
I've had.
Oh!
So
Yeah,
durian is. A
I
fruit.
don't want to eat it.
Durian is a fruit that it's like as big
Scott,
as a
don't just
cantaloupe.
look at
Yeah,
it.
it's a big melony
It's
thing.
spiky.
Yeah, spiky.
You crack it open and it's got yellow gooey
good.
bits in
It's
it.
individually packaged,
Oh, hell
so they
yeah.
won't go bad.
See, I will take. Like, if people just
You will
hate
take
the shit out of these, I'll have all of them.
All of those.
I mean,
is
I
what you will-
genuinely
I don't
like
even think
durian
I
a little
want to
bit.
try one.
I don't think I want to try one either.
The
Come
taste.
on, you did turkey soda. This
The-
can't be much worse.
The taste is
We did do
nothing.
turkey soda. I mean, hatch pepper soda, and that
oh,
sucked
that is
too.
strong.
It's
Turkey soda.
sucked. Yeah, turkey and gravy Jones soda.
Sadly,
Not
they didn't
great.
have it back on the shelf, so I didn't get you any.
No Thanksgiving sodas this year?
Was it a filtered soda, not like chunks?
Actually, that smells.
No chonks, no.
This smells
No
better
pulp.
now that it's out of the package.
Why are we taking the
Scott, let's do quartersies.
the hubris of thinking we're gonna eat a whole one of
break
these?
it in half, then break it in half, and maybe we'll do that.
So in a weird way, the taste and smell are not.
I've heard
Excellent.
durian does not taste like it smells, but it also tastes weird, just
It
a
also tastes
different
very
weird than the smell.
It's almost like
I hope this is the way for us
like
to
a-
find out we're allergic
like
to
a foreign
durian.
cheese flavor.
I would love to die
You
this
know,
way.
American cheese flavored tastes different than foreign cheese flavored
Yeah.
things. That's
You
kinda
never-
what it tastes like.
You never want to hear that a fruit has the same flavor characteristics as a dairy.
Yeah.
As cheese.
As cheese.
Fermented dairy. Oh.
It tastes better than it smells, but I don't like it.
Accurate.
Drew has to go throw up.
Barf.
I need a chaser right now.
And this is such a delicate version of this durian.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I'm sure
the
it gets
wafer-
stronger than this.
The wafer thins it all out on
Yeah,
nice.
this is just wafer action.
You
It's
might
just
have
a
to put it
wafer
out.
thin mint.
What?
Fuck off. Fuck off. But still.
You got
It is
some
something.
mogus, you got some more ramenes, so
Yeah.
you want to chase it down.
Oh, wow, very thin mint.
This is a. I would almost recommend this as a way to like ease yourself into maybe liking durian.
Nope.
Or to killing yourself.
A
Or
gateway
to-
drug.
Yeah.
Or to never having durian again.
And never eating food again. I don't think I like food anymore.
Now I just really want to get all three of you with like actual durian.
I don't know if that's a great
I would
idea.
try it once.
I would watch Eve try it once.
The problem is that it's so
Yay!
expensive. It's hard to get. It's like a delicacy, so it's expensive.
Yeah.
You'll spend like $40 to get like a frozen durian, which isn't even good.
Yeah. Yeah, give me some candy. I need to do something about this.
You don't want some yum potato chip?
Some young boy.
We got so much other shit here, but I think we'll
Yeah, we're not gonna do it all.
spread it out over future pods.
Yeah.
Ugh. I hate this.
Yeah,
I hate this so much.
that candy's even better relative to the
It's a flavor
to the
enhancer.
durian wafer.
Durian
So you gotta do
makes
it.
all their food taste amazing.
What the hell's this made? I see all these importers. Made in China, 8 by the Garden Company Limited. See?
Made by Qingling?
Good people. Good. I think Qingling had a hand in this.
Qingling
Thanks, Beijing.
helping make
Oh,
some
my
dirt.
stomach.
Everyone's horribly ill.
Oh, I hate it.
It's bad.
I'm so glad we all get to experience this together.
First
It's a
time.
bonding moment.
First time durian. Damn.
Enduring the durian.
Be smelling your own durian breath for the next several years.
I
Great.
can't wait to go play Magic with a bunch of people. Every time it starts to look like I'm losing, I'm gonna go, how do I play this game? Hi.
Bring the durian away and be like, look, weebs, here's some Asian thing
Yeah.
you don't like.
You'll love it.
You think you're Chinese? Try this.
Just cover up the durian part. It's
It's
got a
just
reputation.
wafers.
I don't think I'm Chinese. I think I'm Japanese.
But then, arigato. Should we close on that?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Kill it.
Good night,
Hey,
everyone.
yeah. So thanks, guys, so much for being on the pod. I hope.
Thank you for having us.
This is the last on
This
the
is
road we're
fun.
ever doing.
We've had a good ass weekend. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was
It was
real
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you came. It was super fun.
You got to take your first wrestling spots.
I
You got to
did.
get kicked in the face.
And he did a good job of it, too.
I went way
I
early
saw
on the
it.
getting kicked. The getting hit in the back was good because well, that's the thing. You just wait until they actually hit you and then react.
Yeah.
It's kind of that easy. But then they're like, the reason I like flopped out of the way as the kick was approaching me is in the back. He's like, okay, so make sure you, and he starts showing me this like how complicated.
I don't know why he was getting all complicated
this
with it.
hand
like,
motion, like make sure you put your hand
Yeah,
here.
like-
I'm
like-
dude,
You know, yeah. I don't
You gotta-
know why he was overcomplicating it.
you gotta fake kick me even faker.
Yeah.
'Cause I've
And like,
never been
he's
fake
a perfect.
kicked.
He's a perfectly good fake. He
Yeah.
gave us a bunch of fake
Good
kicks,
fake
and
kicker.
we didn't have to do anything. He was fine. He was safe.
It's like, make sure you protect yourself. So he
Yeah.
comes toward me, I'm like, whoa!
Yeah.
Fall down, act hurt.
I was legitimately concerned.
It was good.
But yeah, that was super fun. How long do we go? Do we know?
That could be.
It's like over 2 hours.
150.
158.
Actually shorter than usual for us.
Okay.
So good for us. Yeah,
Now we can qualify for awards.
we